Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back on a Feel Good Friday night. We are the Rossin for Life Network. This is another live stream as we're going to hit you with a little bit of triple header Friday. So much going on in the wrestling world. So much to talk about. Hall of Famers, future Hall of Famers, big shows, and so much more tonight. But we got TNA Sacrifice, we got Smackdown, and we got Rampage on tap for everyone out there. So make sure you hit like and subscribe. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your feel good, put a smile on your face, and let's go. Hit the button. Ding, ding, ding. We're live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Rossin for Life Network, and I hope everyone out there is having a wicked day. The weekend is upon us. We put another week in the books. We're going to cap it off with a whole lot of wrestling here tonight. Me and that pretty face have you for 3+ hours. So make sure you get in that chat, say hello, be a part of the family, enjoy the fun. We got a loaded Smackdown. We got a loaded Sacrifice. We got a semi-loaded Rampage. We got things to get into. But without further ado, I am Mr. Every Night, KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube. That is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I'm Big Nick, and of course, we got 3 shows, 2 hosts. That's how you know it's going to be a 5-star night. But absolutely, my guy.
I got hoes.
Oh, we got bros in different area codes. We found out you got your brethren up there in Scotland. I can't figure out whether certain people are in the UK or in Maine.
Same thing.
Whether they're in England or the New England.
One or the other. But yeah, we're looking forward to tonight, Nick. It's going to be a fun one. Lots going on in the wrestling world, like we said before we went live tonight. Like, there's a lot to get into. But, you know, I guess one of the biggest things to talk about, Rock cuts another 10-minute promo to get everyone amped up for this eve.
Right, deep in the heart of Texas out there, and just goes at Seth Rollins for the diarrhea line, which I guess some people have deciphered that it was him just trying to go at The Rock's cadence of cutting promos than actually being a hard, impactful line. Mm-hmm. And I liked how The Rock even addressed the issues that we pointed out on the stream of like, okay, you know, this is like the 10th time now that they've just cut out everything here. Is it me? Is it them? Am I stroking out? Are they going out? But he even put, you know, the right to censor there. The I can't think of the exact term that he used there. But he put them on notice of we might get into it, you know, non-PG, if you know what I mean.
Right. So yeah, I know, stepping his game up for sure. We also had the announcement that we got 2 new members of the Hall of Fame, Nick. And I mean, I like this pick overall. I know you and I talked about it before we went live, but having IRS, we both have Wyndham and Rotunda going into the Hall of Fame. So
is it a shot to put in IRS around tax season into the Hall of Fame?
Right.
Especially when we're talking about budgets and NDAs and finances going places and everything. Is it just this is how we can make sure everything's on the books where everything's good? But shout out Barry Windham's 2nd time being a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, it's amazing. And again, I saw some of the people that like to sour everything of, you know, well, they're only getting this because of that. It doesn't matter. They're both very accomplished, had very good careers. And I think it all connects. I think the dots connect. I think I know who's coming next. But to say that's the only reason why, that's just putting a negative spin on something that doesn't need a negative spin.
Well, and especially WWE Hall of Fame has almost slightly become the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame just because they own everything in pro wrestling. I feel so like Jushin Thunder Liger is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Right.
Anyone have a raving highlight from his WWE run?
Someone's gonna be like,
"Don't worry, I'll wait."
Oh, and
right. So that's the thing is I get the whole, well, they were only there for a year. We can get into the whole of the topic. I'm sure I'll mention that at the end here, but they were there for the first WrestleMania, and that's really all they were there for. But
can I just interrupt there though?
No, go ahead.
I mean, I did see that too. And I think people got to remember, and I think you kind of touched on it, but you know, the WWE has never limited themselves to just what happened in their company. If that was the case, a lot of people that have already been put in, including a guy like a DDP, they didn't have amazing
Facts.
WWE careers, but you awarded
Yeah,
them.
I mean that stalker gimmick was fucking over, pal. You weren't getting it.
Right?
Well, Christ, in 2024, that's how a lot of people are.
Yeah, no kidding,
Anyways,
no kidding.
but yeah, it's very much it's a more of a pro wrestling Hall of Fame again because they have everything under their umbrella. So it's very much more of that. Now, you touched on it. We both alluded to it. Does this call for the namesake there of Wyndham Rotunda to go into the Hall of Fame?
Do it, man. And I don't care what anyone out there says. I saw people. He didn't do enough. He did enough for me. And like you said, it's not like the Hall of Fame has a real stiff, rigorous entry process. Like if
Stacy
anybody,
Keibler, Coco Beware, Tori Wilson. Like, what the
stop
fuck
with
are you
Coco.
doing?
Coco's a Hall of Famer.
His parents more of a Hall of Famer than he is.
Whatever. But no, you're not wrong. As far as again, I mean, you got to give him credit, and you know what? It is what it is. I have no problem. You know, the kayfabe Hall of Fame will be okay if we budge on the overall accomplishments, but multi-time champion and made an indelible impression. And sometimes it's not about the length of your career; it's the strength of your career.
That's the perfect. I could not have put it better myself, sir. That needs to be their slogan right there. It's not the length of your career; it's the strength of your career. Because absolutely, that man changed the game 100% on a different level. And I know there's been some people. Well, Heyman should be the headline of the Hall of Fame class, but couldn't we just get a really stacked Hall of Fame class with
Yeah,
Paul
like
Heyman, Bull Nakano? You could say that his dad and his uncle going in would be the weak point right now, technically, of the Hall of Fame if Wyndham does go in. And for the entire family, the same day that
mhm.
Mike goes in, his
Yeah,
son goes in, Bo probably, does the speech and
yeah,
everything. He could do fucking both speeches, shit.
right.
Um, but it would just be a really goddamn feel good moment. And
Yeah, like just let it be happy, folks. There's no reason to criticize this, condemn this, to sour it in any way, shape, or form. I don't give a shit what your wrestling opinion is. It's just a really nice moment, and for a family that's been through, you know, a horrible time, and you know, us as fans can say, you know, it's really sad and we really miss him. But that's his family. Those are the people, his nearest and dearest. To all kind of have this feel good moment. I don't care about anything else.
that's the thing. Like, even if you were to try and split it up or anything, why not just fucking go fully shoot your load, go be greedy, as you say, 100% with that. Yeah, pause. But absolutely just have the entire family, have it just be for the fucking fan bases that are out there and just
Mhm.
enjoy wrestling.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck we're trying to do with this. And that's for people that want to sit there and sour this. And
I
like,
don't
we
care.
can't have nice things because of the IWC.
Right? I don't care if they put JoJo in, put his kids in. I don't care. It's just happy. We're all happy. And that's all we need to be with this one. We don't have to overthink it. I really don't think we need to overthink it. And again, people take this like there's no voting ballot. This isn't like the baseball Hall of Fame, which sucks unto itself. A lot of Hall of Fames kind of are shit, but at the
Mhm.
end of the day, I mean, again, this is not worth the debate. Just enjoy this one.
Right. By the way, on the side note, we do have Crazy Steve taking on
Yes.
Joe Hendry for the Digital Media Championship on Sacrifice. But I do want to just say,
Let's
um, I entirely forgot what I was about to say about that
let
match.
that lazy spin,
Like
bud.
I was gonna say, it's a lazy Susan. It'll come
Come
back
on,
around.
Susan. Well,
But
while you think of it, I'm going to start saying hello to some people. But Big
fair
Nick
enough. Fair
reminding
enough.
everybody to join our Discord, be a part of us away from the channel, and check out all our social media, folks.
Oh,
But
that's what I was gonna say. Sorry,
told
I
you,
don't know why.
told you.
That's egocentric that you talked about me, and that reminded me of what I was going to say.
We're
But
together a lot, folks.
right, but it's one of those people talked about, well, the family's still grieving and everything. Shit, us as a fan base are still grieving. I remember we came on and we were going to do a whole stream and instead just did a whole stream talking about this man's impact on pro
Mhm,
wrestling and on us as people, as fans, everything. It
mhm.
would be to me a nice little closure note, I feel, to
Yeah.
see that man go into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. And again, that's people speaking on behalf of other people. They're grieving. So what?
Well,
As far as what you think, like it's not up to you. And again, a grieving family, I think they could use a moment like this at the end of the day.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Of that, I think it would be that nice little, feel good moment. Everybody gets to kind of. It would be as terrible as this might sound to say. It would be his fan base, like it's awake. It's we get to pay tribute. It's a celebration of life, and that would be really, like I said, a nice little send off, and we all get to fucking finally heal from that.
Yeah, you know what? I completely agree with that. But let's say hello to the people who've been patiently waiting. I see the numbers climbing. Get in the chat, say hello, and yeah, I mean, let us know what you guys are thinking. I know we rambled for the last little bit there, but give us your 2 cents on, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about tonight? Are you looking forward to SmackDown? How do you feel about the Hall of Fame? Are you excited at the idea that Wyatt might be going in? Wyatt and Heyman being in the same class. I mean, again, two guys that very much in the same vein of playing the psychological game, great verbally, that really knew how to deliver a story.
That their characters spoke louder than their in-ring work. I'll put it that way.
Damien, good to see you. Looking forward to things as always. See Money, welcome on back. Rocco, I see you in the house. Juan's here. Eric, Roddy, Grittis, family, the whole fam's here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Mana Quest, the big dog. Come on now.
Yeah, my guy. I thank you for reminding me that. I forgot that.
Eric, how you doing? Christian's back with us. Good to see you. Good to see you. Scott rocking that Wrestling for Life tee as always, or hoodie maybe. But yeah, go check out our merch store like Scott did.
Right. We got Juan. We got Juan. We got Rick. We got some solution out here with AI Khabib.
AI Khabib. Hello, cool gamer. How you doing? How you doing?
Small Mark, Crazy Steve came a long way from the menagerie. Was he in the menagerie?
Yep.
Fair enough.
But yeah, no, he's definitely come a long way, and his new gimmick is awesome. His new entrance is awesome. Stepping away from DK really did help him last year. So the end of this year, this is where we're getting the biggest taste of him so far in this new vein, and it's outstanding.
Right. Yeah, sorry, I mixed up the menagerie with Kazarni for some reason.
Anyone just tuned in, they're like, "What are these fuckers talking about?"
Well, this guy clearly is just special. So,
that's amazing. So yeah, we got Steve Macklin on my screen right now.
Yeah. So I'm not sure who won the match. I'm assuming probably Crazy Steve.
Crazy Steve should have won. I just missed the end of it. What's up? Ronan's back with us. Mike Clayton, Smile Mark. Boom.
Yes, but I'll just say it quickly because Ronan's talking about Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z and everything, passed away.
Yeah.
So yeah, T's and P's. I know we're a wrestling channel, but yeah, I think that had of people of a certain vintage, that had an impact on you. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did.
Right. Yeah, no, T's and P's for sure. Again, not really much I know about, but hey, WWE 2K24 is definitely the best one this decade by far. What's happened to my dogs? What's up, one again? I haven't played 2-4 yet, so but the reviews have been outstanding.
That's the thing, is I've been debating on if I want to get it. I wanted to kind of, rather than get the early release there and everything like that, the pre-order, I wanted to see what bugs had and what showed up and everything. You're still kind of triggered from like, what was it, right? 2K20 or 2K21 of like, is it gonna suck randomly this year?
No, no, very interesting. But from what I've seen, it looks outstanding. People are speaking really highly of it, so good on them. What's up, Richard Jr.? How you doing? I like inducting Pete Rose's cousin, who played with him on their championship Little League team, into the MLB Hall of Fame.
What?
I see what C-Money's saying, but this is like inducting Pete Rose's cousin. That's not accurate.
First 2 words.
Yeah, I don't think that's accurate. I don't think that's a fair assessment.
Not even in a little bit.
Yeah, like not at all.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at.
Yeah, I mean, I think you maybe go do some research on the two gentlemen. They had pretty outstanding careers. Reason why there was a blank out of the sign says Steroids Company last week. I thought it said Die Rocky Die.
I saw that theory, and then there was also the theory because there was this other sign that everybody saw that said Rocky shops at Balco, which for anyone who is a baseball fan, speaking of Pete Rose and so on and so forth, the man who bet on his own team, so terrible example. But Balco was tied to A-Rod, to Barry Bonds, pretty much all the whole steroid era of baseball. So there's debate on which allegedly offensive sign the network decided they didn't want to show. But at least let us hear him. We don't have to see him. Just let us hear it.
No, I mean, yeah, no, definitely very interesting. But Manny Quest says, have you noticed lately the WWE is inducting people who are still active on the roster, whereas before the only people that were who were inducted were retired? I think there's been a couple exceptions. I mean, Rey Mysterio obviously being the standout there. Who went in this year so far? I mean, Paul is still on the active roster. I get it, but I think time and place, right? He's in the definite, the twilight of his career, as good as he is. It's Philly. It just fits. So I think there's okay with the exception there.
It's that, and careers are taking longer. Christ, we just had Sting retire at 61 and everything. Flair's still debatably retired. So, I think it's more of just the career longevities now gone past their time frame for the Hall of Fame, doing it every year.
Right. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Do have the Rascals taking on Mike Bailey and Trent Seven on Sacrifice with about 12 and a quarter, 12, 11 left before the show kicks off.
There we go. Action's rolling on already, folks. I will remind everybody, we are watching TNA Sacrifice. We will be watching SmackDown. We will stick around for Rampage, a.k.a. our
SmackDown post show. That's what it's called now. That's what it should be called. That's what Tony calls it.
That's what Tony calls it. But who thinks Lillian Garcia and Carlos Cabrera deserve to be in the WWE Hall of Fame? I'd give my vote to Lillian. Let's go.
Yeah.
Carlos, yeah, why not? I mean,
it's one of those more of, I hate to start doing the whole fucking wing shit and everything, but yeah, it's interesting because that's probably the last era, because now it seems like lately they kind of chew them up and spit them out so fast that no one's been around long enough as like a Fink or anything like that to really have that huge impact to be the voice of a generation.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong there. You try to get them to hang around is, kind of, we spend more time going, who is that? But Lillian hung around. She was good, man. I like Lillian.
Oh, yeah. Her lovely spot there off the apron to her leg just said, nope.
Right. Batista was rumored, right? But
he was rumored for the 2020 class, and then the May 19th struck. And that's when they kind of scrapped that whole Hall of Fame class.
Yeah, interesting. So, yeah, I mean, again, if they have a stacked Hall of Fame class, I'm not going to be upset. And I don't think this whole adage of one takes from the other, then we'll just induct one person a year then. So the other person's not somewhat outshadowed or, overshadowed by someone else. Like, no, let them all in. Like, if they deserve it and you feel like they deserve it, let them in. Again, it's not the most stringent of rules to.
Well, even then, it's still, I'd rather have a stat class than a class to where it's like, who the fuck is that guy?
Yeah,
that type of level.
Mm-hmm. Motorhead should be in the Hall of Fame. I agree with that. In the celebrity wing, they should be. And if anybody would do it, come on, Trips, what are you waiting for?
Well, no, then you got a whole music section from WWE, which you've got to have Motorhead, Limp Bizkit, Creed, probably Kid Rock. I guess lately The Weeknd. So there's your 5 bands of doom when it comes to the WWE right now.
Yeah, I mean, but no, you just put him in the celebrity wing with Snoop Dogg. Snoop, we forgot Snoop.
Yeah, right, again.
What's up, KJ and Nick? How you doing, Justin? Charles Robinson has my vote. He's still going strong, though. So he would be a guy that I think has, Little Nate has had a good career.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. Are there officials in the
Yeah,
WWE Hall
Earl
of Fame?
Hebner's in the Hall
Well,
of
Teddy Long would count because he started as an official, but he became
Yeah.
a GM and everything and was a manager. So trying to just remember off the top of a ref that's in there. Hebner was too busy shysting shirts in the back, so I don't know.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I thought
Kyoto, probably not yet, because I think he's still going, or he was. Timmy
no.
White.
Yeah, he might be in there. Ebner's not. There's beef between.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's not
out there,
happy.
secondhand merch.
That's right.
See,
People.
everybody's saying Tim White, so I guess Tim White's in the
Tim
Hall of
White,
Fame.
yeah,
So see,
Timmy.
I was right. From a KJ White to a Tim White. So
Tim
that's how
White,
you know
Uncle
you're
Tim,
watching the Hall of Fame channel, folks.
Uncle Tim,
Right?
coming to the Hall of Fame with you, buddy. Let's go.
And not Hortons.
No, but that would be lovely right now. Don't forget Poppy. Oh, the band. Poppy.
Oh,
That took a second. See, that's why they should get in.
no. They did like 3 takeover themes.
Right. Tim White got in a few years ago. Yeah. One of the like most heart touching things I've ever seen is when they did the Andre documentary and Tim's talking about, Andre passing. Oh, he was like, he spent so much time with that man. Heart.
Oh, yeah. And it's so, for me, I guess, who also watched a lot of well, obviously the Attitude Era and everything like that, to where you had the whole gimmick to where he would die every goddamn week and shit. And then he's out there just the most somber human being. It's like such a juxtaposition in your brain.
Could you see Kevin Kelly going back to the WWE as we got about 9 minutes to go in this tag match still going on with the Rascals, Trent Seven, and Speedball? Good match to start off Sacrifice.
Step Up and Zaguri, which, by the way, give us your predictions if you want to. The pre-show, I don't think the title's on the line tonight because it's Friday instead of a Saturday. But
I just don't want to.
That's fair and valid. We got 3 shows. We have 3 shows. Trying to keep track of predictions amongst 3 shows would be rather difficult.
Right.
But I'll probably take the Rascals in this. But thoughts on Kevin Kelly getting fired from AEW? He didn't have to punch anybody in the face. He just apparently had to do what his boss did on Twitter, which is talk shit about people and say that they're trying to take him down.
Well, he knew when he hit post, that was the end of his AEW career. And that's what that was designed to do. And he got his wish. So
what did he say that was that bad?
Well, nothing was that bad. Nothing was that bad. But public, again,
he did what his boss does.
Well, it's funny because other wrestlers have done it. We've seen wrestlers within, we've seen Britt Baker have public disputes with people. We've seen, we've had Jericho tell, some faceless kid to go fuck his hat. Like, where do you draw the line here? Like, public insubordination is probably how Tony felt. But like you said, nothing was really that bad. It was just completely anti the company he worked for.
Or it's just putting them on notice of maybe think about it. Like, this is one of those of for fuck's sake, it'd be one of those if you get mad at somebody, you get mad at a coworker, that's not anything of you're just mad at them. You have it out there and it happens to be, I guess, fucking public or whatever. If you took what I said the wrong way, this, that, and the third and everything.
Right.
And so your boss turns around and well, you responded to them punching you in the face, so you're fired. It's always the guy who responds back, not the retaliation that gets fired. Caught. Yeah, that's a retaliation.
But what did he say that was okay, so what he said was, when you go out of your way to intentionally mischaracterize my rising awareness of the global horrors of child trafficking and fringe conspiracies, So, yeah, I mean, again, it's really an interesting situation, right? For that to lead to the firing. Wow, Speedball picked up the win, by the way.
Oh, shit.
And for some of the other comments, you would assume that other guys, I know they talk about Brian handing out fines, but I don't know, man.
Is it because he came at Riccaboni? Is Riccaboni, the crown jewel there?
Yeah, that was, I think, a big part of the story, right? And again, it's just, you weren't using him properly anyway. Let him go.
That's half his fucking roster, though.
Right?
There's a whole bunch of talent in catering that are just like, well, shit, should I just start tweeting at Rick Abani? I can get the fuck on out of here too.
Right? Yeah. I mean, that we saw that before though. Like Andrade slapped Sammy. Like, I get fired now, right? They're like, no, just go sit at home until your contract runs out.
Yeah, but you brought this guy on to be quote unquote
Yep.
you're the voice of Collision and everything. And
Mhm.
I think more than anything, the lack of them moving it to be a different show
Yep.
with Punk there and everything
Mhm.
was the writing more on the wall for Kevin Kelly, because
Yep.
that's when you saw him take a side saddle, you saw him take
You
a
saw
back
Tony go
seat,
back, which never made sense to me. Right? Like they moved Shivani back over to Collision on Saturdays
because
as
it
well.
became more of a Buck show when you had them doing
Yep.
the victory lap and everything like that. It became more just a continuation of everything AEW instead of this second brand.
Right. No, 100%. JoJo got 2 TVs going. I got 2 TVs going. We're getting a video package right now for Moose taking on
EY.
EY.
Yeah, I can run through the card real quick if you want for Sacrifice.
Absolutely.
So
love.
we just got the 2 matches on the pre-show. We also have Nick Nemeth taking on Macklin. Do we
Gonna
want
be
to
a
get
banger.
predictions? Or you want me to just run through?
Go. Oh, you want to do
Okay.
predictions?
Well, no, it's up to you. We got about 3 minutes, so I figured I'd just run
Rapid fire
through.
predictions. I'm going Nick.
Yeah, I'll take Nemeth. ABC 1, 2, 3 taking the system for the tag team championships. Holla, holla, holla.
I'll take the system. I think they're doing they're gonna make that push. All of them get some gold.
ABC 1, 2, 3. Alexander versus Hammerstone.
Hammerstone.
Vax, I agree with you on that. Hammerstone, we set up the threequel.
Yeah, let's go.
Especially now that he's signed. Time Machine of Chris Sabin, Kushida, and Alex Shelley versus Mustafa Ali and the Grizzled Young Vets.
Mustafa and the Vets.
Mm-hmm.
Mustafa and the Vets.
Benny and the Jet. Yeah, GYV for the 1, 2, 3. Jordan Grace versus Tasha Steeles versus Zaya Brookside. Triple threat for the Knockouts World Championship. And we do know that Ash by Elegance will be in attendance there.
There you go.
Ringside.
Jordan Grace is going to win. Sets up Jordan and Ash by Elegance.
She can just do the fucking Rick Martel neutralizer there.
She really should.
Perfume spray. PCO versus Khan in a no DQ match.
I'm going to go Khan. I think Khan needs the dub.
Canadian Frankenstein, PCO.
It's so hard to bet against them. I think Khan needs the win, though.
He does, but yeah. MK Ultra versus Danny Luna and Jody Threat for the Knockouts World Tag Team Championships.
Man, I keep betting against Luna and Jody, and they keep winning, but I'm going MKU. It's my favorite tag team in wrestling, man.
Yeah, apparently we're both becoming suckers for redheads, especially when it comes to Impact. So I'll take MK Ultra here. And then lastly but not leastly, Moose versus EY for the TNA World Championship.
Moose is going to win this one, and they're going to win the tag gold tonight. The system will have a whole lot of shininess to them. So, yeah, I'm going Moose.
Fair enough. I'll take Moose, but I don't think that the system wins. But so that's the card for Sacrifice, as I believe on Triller, formerly Fight, we should be getting close to going live with that, and I'm probably going to try and sync up with you here in a minute on
Smackdown is about to start, ladies and gentlemen. Sacrifice is about to start. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let's blow this chat up tonight. It's going to be a fun one. Let's see what both shows have in store for us this evening, but we are just kicking both off now. I got Now.
I'll let you know when I get close to there.
Sounds good, Mon Frere. But yeah, as we're waiting for Nick to sync up, again, if you have not hit that like button yet, make sure you do so. Help massage that algorithm. Help us grow as we continue to do so going into, coming off our birthday, my guy.
Right. So I have then.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. And I have just a dark screen on TNA. I have Now, and I have the FBI warning on Sacrifice.
Okay.
There's your sync up point.
There we go, folks. Now you know where we are. We know where we are. Everyone thinks we know what we're doing and where we are. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Right. Well, at least they know, or they think they know, because we don't know.
Because we don't know.
As we're getting,
we're kicking this off with the WrestleMania teaser they did. Look at them selling the shit out of this, my guy. Welcome to Smackdown.
But again, this is, I don't know if it's their 6th week or their 6th show in a row of sold out, just sold out, having to turn people away at the turnstile here.
Right. You're not wrong, man. I mean, it's been outstanding. And like, look at the start of this show. And if anybody tuning in who's like, "Oh, this is lame," I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you just don't like wrestling. Maybe it's something else you prefer. I don't know.
You just hate watching initially. You're not giving it even any bit of runway. You're just initially hate watching. I feel.
Doesn't it feel uber cinematic? Like it almost feels like
it's a fucking Marvel movie. We've got the bloodline
right?
with Thanos there, just with a bald head and a Brahma bull,
right?
Taking on the fucking Road Vengers out here with Cody, Seth, and God knows who else, right? Jey Uso, etc.
In a ring far, far away.
Right.
Like the music in the background.
And this is goddamn brought to you by Kevin Feige.
Right. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I read that the collision taping. Pulling up in the pickup.
An old school pickup, by the way.
Did he bring the 4x4?
And he's got a new cowboy hat, not the one he had in the video package earlier today. He's got a whole new cowboy hat.
Right.
Did you hear the talks though that we might get, concert with the Rock in Nashville?
Yes. Imagine, like, for anybody that wants to doubt how well this is going, the tease that the Rock concert might come back, it was enough of a buzz today alone. Like, I'm in. I think it'll be fun. Then he gets beat up, and it's perfect.
Right. Oh. So they're showing Roman walking backstage as well. As Heyman's got to make sure to go, get out of the way and grab the door and everything. But is it still showing a wee bit of that difference between the two? But we've got Cody Rhodes and Leo Rollins.
Seth is on the case.
Bro, he's fucking Morpheus out here. You can go have the red pill or the blue pill.
Right.
Man's walking around with a comforter on his shoulders.
How'd you feel about Nick Aldis putting out a little clip about, everybody better be on their best behavior?
But I also like that there's this tie-in of Dwayne versus the Authority of he's calling out Hunter. We had a Triple H chant last week of there's no expletive that got bleeped out backstage that can stop me, what have you. Dave might get thrown off thinking that they're still going to have a Mania match, but I'd still like that this could be, like I said, this is good guys versus bad guys. We talked about this the other night. A hero is only defined by his villains, and so we're going to build up the biggest and baddest villain to make this the biggest and best, Cody Rhodes. This is getting WrestleMania Endgame is what they should call this here in Philadelphia.
100%, man. They're digging right into it, and again, I think it's been done well. It's presented well. Man, it's hard to pick this apart right now.
Right, as we're starting off Sacrifice with Nick Nemeth, by the way. So
and Logan Paul.
Yeah, from one blonde douchebag to the other blonde douchebag.
Nick Nemeth against Steve Macklin kicking off Sacrifice. If you guys want to give us a prediction on what's going to happen there, let us know. And of course, 125 days as champion for Logan Paul. Not a bad first Tilly.
Out of 11 matches, by the way. I saw that number going around. He's had 11 matches.
There you go. Probably 3 more than Roman.
Oh, I got a thing there.
Rock is in the building. Seth is in the building. Cody's in the building. Logan's in the building. The Bloodline's in the building. Everybody in the building tonight.
Right. Well, it seems like everybody's in the building in the chat as well, as you've got Ronan and all of that. Like I wanted to. Oh, where was it? Scott out here saying, shine that like button up real nice, turn that sumbitch sideways, or turn that subscribe button sideways and stick it straight up your candy ass.
With them chicken nuggets.
Right? What are we supposed to do with the nuggets? But Nick Bray, what up? Terrence, what up? Matt Skizzy, I like this. Of the story has layers, both for the casual fan and the hardcore fan. See, that's how you do a shoot. This is the Simpson meat of
right.
Dad smacking the kid on the back of the head. Of that's how you do a shoot promo.
Right. As Logan's cutting a promo now. Huge crowd. Absolutely. Place sold out.
Why? I'm not doing that. Why?
I'm not doing it.
Oh, this is getting conflicting here. We've got Nemeth and Macklin on one screen, and we've got Logan Paul on the other. But again, folks, we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well. So that way you can make sure we get to your comments, because we got a lot of things to talk about, and we're covering multiple shows. So it's going to be hot and heavy here.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Real question. Has KJ and Nick, Big Nick, ever not worn a hat? What happens without one? Just messing with y'all fellas. There is footage out there of hatless participants. Yes.
Right. Yeah.
We have been caught nude from the neck up.
Pause. Well, but still, no one's seen us from the waist down. Why?
Thank Lord.
Be like that Drake video.
Is this the first time Logan's ever opened a show? Maybe. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I feel like no. Didn't we open one where he was sitting on a ladder? Was that the opening?
No.
Maybe that wasn't the opening.
No.
Is he going to get RKO'd from nowhere? Or is KO going to come out?
Oh, interesting question.
Or both?
Just you hit him. No, you hit him. No, you hit him.
What up?
Now, does he try and slide in a reference to his brother taking on Mike Tyson here?
He should.
That boy's about to get murdered.
I am the secret sauce. I'm the secret sauce.
And instant boos. Sounds like Dom Mysterio's wedding this way this man's getting booed.
Y'all suck.
Why?
Dolph Ziggler for the win. Layers. Take that title from him. He's done all right, though. We got a drum roll.
2 count. Prime. So in the center of the ring, in the center of the canvas, there is a Prime energy drink or Prime beverage sponsor. Well, remember, there was the story floating around.
If this doesn't help you hate this mofo, nothing will.
Yeah, but there was also, it's perfect though, because there was the story floating around that we were going to get like the UFC canvas,
right.
So we get advertisements on the canvas, all of this shit. So this man bought literally prime real estate in the center of the fucking ring.
Yep. Oh. Someone tell Jake to protect his ears. He might protect all of it. He's about to get knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Nemeth for the win. All right. That match rolls on. Steve Macklin is in control.
Right. KSI's here.
Yeah.
What Rudy Blue hell.
KO and Randy versus KSI and Logan.
Don't you say that out loud ever again. Don't you say that out loud ever again.
I got a feeling.
What?
I got a feel. They're like, oh, Jake's going to fight Tyson. So, got any other friends? He's like, I got one.
Jesus.
I got one.
I hate that you're probably right. Oh, who does he put the title on? Do we get 2 tag teams? Night 1 becomes Tag Team Mania, and Night 2 becomes Singles Mania.
Self-promotion. Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling Triple H has a choice to make the
This in my head, they talk to me.
Let's go.
But they're gonna
Watch behind you.
stupid. You're gonna turn and look at the ramp as he's gonna pop out of nowhere and just
Yeah.
RKO the shit out of somebody here.
Logan keeps peeking out of his periph to try. Is he here yet? Is he here yet?
Yeah, he's like, I'm not trying to tell you that he's coming from there, but he's coming from there.
All for the win. Why does he get the title?
Oh, he came from the side. Oh, lost the RKO. Logan rolls out. Oh,
KSI's gonna eat it though.
Is this man deaf? Can you hear? You would have heard that.
Yeah, you know what? It is what it is. Come on,
bro. We're starting off Friday Night Smackdown. We're starting off tonight's stream with Nick Nemeth versus Steve Maclin on Sacrifice and KSI getting RKO'd at the start of SmackDown. What the fuck is pro wrestling in 2024?
Right. Stop hating on Logan. Logan's awesome. Did you hate on him? I didn't hate on him. Maybe the chat is.
I think in ring, he's good. He's still just a douchebag of a human being.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why this works so good.
Right. No, but see, this is when you get you might have to take a pause here because you're about to come out here of the KO is about to come out and just toss Logan into Randy here.
Randy sniffing a prime.
He's gonna dump it on KSI.
Took a sip.
This is very good. He's got a
poured it on his junk. Okay.
That's how you know DX is in control, because he didn't dump it on his face, he dumped it on his crotch.
Hey, what's up, Jordan? How you doing? How much did they pay Randy for this? A good wage, man. A good wage.
Less than Okada.
Yeah.
Any price. You could go to the we've got the NHL trade line and everything. What's their fucking salary cap hit or whatever? Less than Okada. So-and-so got released from the NFL. Less than Okada.
Above camera is beautiful. Tell me they're not just trying to make Instagram posts and viral videos here with this shit.
What?
Get a shot from the ceiling.
Oh, yeah. But we are getting later tonight, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton tag teaming against Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So we've got, the Viper and the Panda taking on the douchebag society.
The douche canoes are in action.
Right, yeah, the douche canoes.
I figured they'd be teaming up. I kind of wanted Kevin to come out from behind, Stunner Logan.
Right. I
see Ryback's podcast today. Who else is with me? You're on your own on that one.
Why would you put yourself under such punishment and everything? What did you do wrong that you felt you needed to inflict that pain upon yourself?
Yeah.
Are you a sadomasochist, sir?
Yeah, I don't think anybody should give that man an audience. I really don't.
Just don't look. Just don't look.
KSI getting RKO'd by Randy Orton, sponsored by Prime Energy Drink, 100%. And he even complimented it too. Oh, that's not bad. It's good.
Right. But, so we're in commercial on SmackDown. Zigglypuff just hit a Faymaster on Maclin for a 2 count here.
This match has been cooking. I know we're talking a lot about Logan Paul, Randy Orton, but yeah, right now, Dolph Ziggler and Steve Maclin are rolling.
Right.
My
Braves saying, sorry.
Oh, no, the TNA went fuzzy.
Oh, but he's saying, yes, I love KO and Orton together. Richard's agreeing with that. Terrence saying The Rock is being paid $5 million for every minute he's on camera. I highly doubt that, my guy.
That's if you extrapolate what they paid him to come back to the company. But that money, that ridiculous amount of money, yeah, I see what people are doing mathematically. They're like, well, you get this much, blah, blah. But yeah, no.
Right. Good. Well, okay. So can I put it, I guess, allegedly, I have to confirm this, but I'm going off of the chat. Well, that's not a spoiler alert. That's just sad. Well, and there was people that were talking. Now it went fuzzy for me. Getting 10 frames a second with Sacrifice.
A little pixelated.
Right, but that even the greatest match that Dynamite has had in recent memory on its broadcast of Ospreay versus Fletcher was the lowest viewed segment of the entire night.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Like, I mean, again, it's the inability to understand. And again, if you're just booking and the reports coming out like backstage that a lot of people are having issues and a lot of people don't want to do things, so things are constantly getting changed. And that would explain why some of the matches are sloppy, why they're bumping into each other, why there's injuries. I know wrestling, but we've had an influx of injuries. But I think all of it plays into this. And at the end of the day, if you're going to put the wrong people in the wrong spots, you're not going to get ratings. If you're going to put Jericho in a luchador match, people are going to tune out.
Facts, big facts.
If the Young Bucks aren't going to take it seriously, people are going to tune out. And again, the fans in North America, as much as we think they do, they don't know Ospreay and Kyle the way some of us do. So if they're clicking casually and they're a casual wrestling fan, they might stop for a second, go, I don't know who they are, and keep clicking.
Right. I'm sorry, I was just confirming a comment. But I like this though. RKKO, as long as it's only 2Ks for the dub. But well, no, people were saying so. Spoiler alert, I guess, for the Anthony Joshua and Ngannou fight of, I guess Joshua slept in Ngannou in like 2 rounds, and I just watched the KO.
Okay, it happened. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's why I was confirming. I didn't want to say it before it happened, but yeah, man's got slept. Man's now. This makes you wonder, and people have said this with Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Has boxing become more pro wrestling than pro wrestling?
Boxing, especially the social media boxing that we've got running heavy now, it is pro wrestling in a nutshell. Like it's all hype, it's all bullshit. It seems scripted. It definitely is.
Right.
All these fights go into decisions and they all fluffy and it's just a cash grab, and they're doing it geniusly. But by the way, Triple H getting the 100 million member YouTube.
Right. As there's only like 10 accounts, I think, that have gotten there. Yeah. So let's see if we can get up to there. Let's help try and get us to chase down WWE. That's the goal. That's the target here. So Macklin, lost signal. Stay tuned. What the fuck, Trill?
Yeah, I'm having issues with the signal as well, Nick. So
I just got it back. But so Macklin hit a finisher, but Nemeth managed to roll out of the ring before he could try and get a pin attempt here. Sorry, excuse me.
This match is unreal, but mine paused. I've lost Sacrifice, ladies and gentlemen.
Sacrifice is down, folks.
My sacrifice.
Hello, my friends. We'll meet.
Bobby first carrying later tonight.
Oh yeah, that's a pay-per-view quality match, I hope. So are we going right into
yes,
KO and Randy? Yeah, I'm stuck on.
We got bigger business for the end of the show, my guy.
Oh, well, that's going to be the interesting thing, and that goes back to what I was talking about with the Ospreay thing of you build towards your big moments. Mm-hmm. Granted, WWE at times has done what AEW's done, and we'll just get this shit out the way and let the show go about its business here.
Yeah.
But I think now you've got to build to Dwayne and Roman take it or face to face there with Seth and Cody.
Yeah, you give them the milk bag treatment.
I still don't get the reference.
Right. But at the end of the day, and by the way, Anthony is saying this is a classic match. So I haven't had the show in a few minutes. So if you got Sacrifice rolling,
I have right now. I'm back in action. Macklin's still in control as we've got Ding Ding also, by the way, with RKO, and I lost my fucking signal again. So, but we've got RKO and Cody or KO. Sorry.
Did you glitch?
I glitched, or they glitched, or somebody glitched.
Everyone's glitching. Right. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton for the win. I agree. They're not going to lose this one.
I've got Nemeth with a 2 count right now.
I don't mind botches, make it look real. Yeah, I've found in the last couple years, particularly doing this, that people are like, I mean, a botch is a botch. Like an oops. Now there's some great botches like Flop Dollar. We had a good chuckle about.
Right.
But at the end of the day, some people will see like, oh, that got real sloppy. This match sucks. And it's like, as long as it's not the whole match, you're allowed to botch. You're allowed to step on each other's toes. I'd rather have them do that than all these setup stunts that go really slow.
Yeah, well, it's that thin line of. I very much agree with you to that extent, and especially you get
Emmett got the win.
People that can, find their way out of it and make it look, like to where it's not a big standout moment. I mean, the flop dollar thing kind of hard to avoid, but like we saw it with Austin Theory and Randy Orton, to where they had the superplex that kind of messed up, but it still managed to go off still without a hitch a bit.
Yeah.
So that's the thin line versus the clearly set up. The clear cooperation draws more away than you fuck it up.
Yeah, and we talk about it a lot, man. We get really excited about and I think that the past weekend, like even doing the indie shows where you see the guys, it's a struggle. You don't just get the move, you don't just grab them and slam them. They're holding onto the ropes, they're pulling at your back. Like they're not just like, all right, let's go. Like when it looks like a struggle, that's the best wrestling.
Oh, absolutely. It's supposed to look like combat. So it might be choreographed combat, but it's still combat. So, so like you said, Nick Nemeth picks up the win, as I've got Randy right now in the corner punching down on Waller.
At a methodical pace.
Right.
How does WWE handle tag straps at Mania? I don't get the question, Mr. Mark.
Are you saying that? Is he asking as to what match they have if they split them up? I think what they do with it is they
what
do.
Are you getting at?
Right. To me, it's you do the Awesome Truth versus Judgment Day, and the Awesome Truth wins. That's the clear-cut decision.
Right there with you.
Yeah.
You have that feel-good moment for sure.
Yeah. What WrestleMania 40, we should be celebrating the spectacle that is WrestleMania. So let us have some good fucking things, some feel-good moments there.
Yeah.
As I'm about to get the no DQ match, I believe, on Sacrifice.
Alexander Hammerstone 2 is going to be a banger.
They're just running through the matches.
And Theory and Waller in control, heading into a commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, the show rolls on. Sacrifice is on and running as well. But let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what's on your mind, as we're going to be here all night for all your wrestling needs.
Right.
You get any surprise debuts at TNA Sacrifice? I think you and I have talked about this before. It is the hardest show to predict surprises because everybody comes from everywhere. You're like all of a sudden, like, holy fuck, so-and-so's here.
Well, and even then, has it just become thing Hugh Tony Khan as of late, the expectation of, rather than having a banger match of, well, we're just going to have surprises, right? We're just going to have somebody just show up and then we'll get mad when they're not booked right.
Yeah. With a show like this, I don't expect it. It's not one of their bigger shows, kind of their secondary. So, yeah, I don't expect much, if anything.
Right. Well, trust me, I don't know at this rate with the frame rate if we'll be able to see much of anything, even if they have someone debut.
Right. CWC Wrestling Creations cannot find SmackDown. Interesting.
Well, you can talk you through it, or you got YouTube TV, or you got the Fox app, or you got other services. I cannot confirm nor deny, but yeah, we at least got you covered with letting you know what's going on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do they split the strap or keep them unified? I think post-Mania, you can split them.
Yeah. Post-Mania is more when you split that off. I figured you did it now. You don't have enough time or story to build 2 tag matches. So you keep one and then you split it off afterwards.
Right. Thank you, Dale. Yeah, I think post-Mania, you'll find a way to get rid of this dual championship. And again, I think Triple H really wants to push this tag team division and tag team wrestling, so I'm hopeful.
Right. John, what no, you're good. Are you interested in PCO versus Khan in a no DQ match? I'm interested in every match.
Yes. Hey, if PCO is involved, I'm down. Let's go.
Right. Oh, so now we're getting is what I thought they were just running through the matches. Now we're getting the System versus the ABC.
Tag
And
match.
I like, so TNA could at least even take a play out of, or AW could take a play out of
AEW.
TNA's book here of, even if you can't afford a video package because you're too busy paying for fucking music rights and wrestlers and everything, they just have it literally listed there. Here's the story of a handsome Tony who can book worth a shit.
I don't think anyone knows what you're talking about anymore at all.
Sorry.
You were talking about the taglines. So TNA
Well,
breaks
no, I said
down.
how they have the whole story laid out there. Of
Yeah.
They've got the past, angles going into this match here.
No, absolutely. I think it's a nice little touch that. So for those who aren't watching Sacrifice, TNA puts up the tagline. So they'll show the graphic of the match coming up, and they'll give you like 3 points to why these two teams don't like each other. It's a nice touch. Damn, Francis needs a pillow and a blanket after. I haven't seen it yet. When I go pause, I'm going to take a peek.
Yeah, you ever go night-night? He went night-night.
I thought my shit was glitching again. It's just ABC's entrance. We're good. KO throwing Waller into, Waller into Theory. We got the hot tag.
Orton right now, the Viper staring down Grayson Waller.
Yeah, and methodical. Just.
Oh.
ABC retains. I'm going to take the System.
I got the ABC for the 1, 2, 3.
There you go. There you go. The champ is here. Get the knee pads. Let's pause on all of that.
What? Oh. We're going for the vintage Orton, but we pulled it out.
Anyone going to watch Dwayne's new football league? I'm curious.
I mean, I watched the XFL. I tried to do a series on the channel, so I mean, I'll at least give it a chance.
Good question, Damien. Good hands still around TNA. Yeah, they are kind of like. I called them a different term last night, but yeah, they get passed around a lot. We'll put it that way. They just go from like main guy to main guy to main guy.
They've been on more laps than a napkin. I'll put it that way.
Vintage Orton, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Do you split them or just combine them into a new belt like Romans and call it so you have one undisputed tag champion? No, I think the desire is to have each show with their own tag champs.
That would be the hope, I would feel. And it pads out to when you don't have a Roman there every week. You're not building to a WrestleMania. You have something else that can be, a top attraction.
Yeah. I got RKO for the win. Brady Bunch vibes.
Right.
KO back into the ring.
I've got Brian Myers and...
What is happening?
In the ghetto.
Do we have to dial 9-1 and wait?
Click it. I feel it do you. Click it.
We get an RKO.
All right. And I'm ducking down like I'm about to take an RKO out here. Like I said, in the ghetto. I was about to say we had Brian Myers and Ace Austin going at it, but now, yeah.
There you go. And Orton with a big win with KO. Yeah, I thought, like, dude, do you have ghosts? Are they knocking on the wall?
No, that was
Logan Paul from behind, taking out both men.
We're getting a multi-man match at Mania. You can tell now.
I'm thinking.
Pulls out the brass knucks.
I went 8-2 in my boxing picks. Not bad. Solid night.
There you go.
Are you
looking to punch out Orton right now?
Yes, Damien. Oh. Randy steals him. He's going to knock out KO.
Yep. Oh, he pulled up.
He held.
But this is going to sow the seed of doubt here. It doesn't look like He just drops the nuts into his trunks there.
I'll keep these here just in case.
In case
Logan.
keep them warm.
Logan pouting on his way out. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good start to SmackDown so far. RKO for the win, indeed.
Right. As I've got Chris Bay and Eddie Edwards right now in the ring, and they've got a fleet of performance center talent and local enhancement talent walking Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins' locker room together here.
Right. The story revolving around these brass knuckles is wild. It's good, though. The heels got, it's kind of like MJF with his ring. You got to give him something. Give him a little X factor.
Right. Yeah, it is very similar to that.
Right. And it's one way to kind of validate, again, you don't want Logan Paul to necessarily just hand on hand, one-on-one, beat the shit out of someone like, like Randy Orton. So you give him those, the nuts to balance this out, and it's a better feel. Kind of what we talked about with Hook beating the shit out of Brian Cage, Nick. Like, make us believe.
Right. Well, and especially too, if it would have ended in a 2-on-1 situation there, that's like you were saying, that levels the playing field a bit more.
Right. But hey, I think it definitely feels like it's setting up for a triple threat. We are in commercial break for SmackDown, folks. Remember, be a friend, tell a friend. We're here for all your wrestling needs. We'll be back at it tomorrow. And we got shows coming up all next week. We're on the road to WrestleMania and so much more. Yes, Damien, the prediction title will be on the line as Dynasty is a pay-per-view. So we'll definitely put it on there. We're also watching Sacrifice, and I'll be right back.
Absolutely. KJ's going to sacrifice himself to the pause guard there. There we go. Yes, I'm in commercial break right now on SmackDown as I've got a spear from Brian Myers on Ace Austin here, a replay of it on Sacrifice. Brass knuckles on a pole. I foresee what in the name of Vince Russo. Extra security means extra chaos. Well, hey, I think this is going to be really where we get much more into that TV 14 instead of that PG era here, because we already had Dwayne out there with his little 10-minute promo out at the, OK Corral with his cowboy hat, telling how, the right to censor out there. I can't think of their actual name, but the ones that were out there blocking out at Fox because of this sign or that sign and everything, that it's going to get a lot worse tonight here. Saw two. What do we see? Freeze a friend, slap a friend. Why? What did Christian say? 77 people in the chat, please. We should have 77 likes. Absolutely. Well, now we're there. As we're at 53 likes, so absolutely 100%, folks. Be a friend, tell a friend. Let anybody that you know that is out there watching pro wrestling could be a pro wrestling fan. This is the place to be when it comes to watching wrestling, because we cover anything and everything. Literally, we're out here watching 3 shows tonight when most people aren't even out here. When does security ever stop anything in a WWE event? Valid. Very valid. They are more there just to be cannon fodder after the fact. 1-0 on WWE, 0-0 on TNA. Well, that's not hard. Again, this still keeps going to like 10 frames a second and it'll snap back here. But we've got the system taking on ABC as I've got Chris Bay and Eddie Edwards right now in the ring here. What's your thoughts on Top Flight for Damien? We'll get there when we get to Rampage. And Chipper, wait, what? Okay, Christian, you do you, boo-boo. But I've got Eddie Edwards taking on Chris Bay. Oh, he dodges out of the way of Eddie, just getting field goal posted his twigs and berries there. That was a little sloppy. Brian Myers goes to break up the tag of Bay and Ace Austin, but they weren't even really super that close here. Larry, I saw Dark Side of the Ring on John Tenta last night. Well, there you go. Strike one. What's next on SmackDown? That's what we're about to see here. If we're getting the lineup for WWE World, by the way, we've got Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Charlotte, CM Punk, Bianca Belair, all live on different days for WrestleMania World. So they're, again, it's always been this case, I feel, especially recently, when WrestleMania comes to a town, the wrestling world migrates to that town or that city, I feel. Myers right now trying to go for a tag, but nobody's there. As we're hyping up Io and Bailey, and they need to put some respect on this match, I feel. This has gotten the least amount of attention, I feel, coming out of matches that have been set up out of Mania or out of Rumble. Sorry. All right. Y'all are just having your own conversations. As Ace Austin taking on Eddie Edwards right now. As we're getting a replay of last week where we had the confirmation of the Dakota Kai heel turn here. So Bailey's out all alone. Now, does she get any other help from anybody out there? We saw last week to where Jade Cargill was back there sizing up damage control. So, you know, does Bailey start to form an alliance with some people here to kind of even the numbers game? Oh, Austin with a super kick to Brian Myers, setting up Eddie Edwards here. Just waiting to tee off on this man. Springboard, tornado, head kick. 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. What do you think of the U.S. Express going into the Hall of Fame? Richard, we did talk about this a little bit earlier, and I don't mind it. I like it, and I think it's very much a bit of foreshadowing for one Wyndham Rotunda, and I mean, it's only fitting and apropos, I feel, of when Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham are going in, then Wyndham Rotunda also literally goes into the Hall of Fame. So I've got a backstage interview right now with Bailey on Smackdown. Excuse me. Mercedes would be a perfect helper for Bailey. Yeah, but she's going into AEW. We already pretty much have gotten that given away with big business next week here. But granted, now you have, before she's even debuted, she's turned the AEW audience against her because she's already thrown out her plans statement, I guess, or because she just was quoted as saying, well, I'll probably end up back in WWE at some point before I'm done here. And so everybody's losing their fucking minds for the AEW diehards with, well, she hasn't even been here yet and she's already planning on leaving. Femme fatales assemble. There you go. There you go. Bailey talking about how she fell for the whole Dakota Kai deception here. Whatever happened to Sonya Deville? Is she on a break, released or something? She's still with the company. Last I knew, she had recently gotten married again. Also, another gentleman or another wrestler recently got married, Dominic Mysterio. But she recently got married and had a whole firearms charge, I believe, much like Cash, because of her kind of predisposed position from the stalker situation. So that's the last I knew. As Chris Bays goes flying over the top and takes out both men on the outside here. Wait, Big Business is next week. Didn't they just have a pay-per-view last weekend? Correct. Welcome to AEW. Dale, is she injured? I don't recall her being injured, but I could be wrong on that there. Well, I've got both of ABC. As we've got Trinity out there. So we've got Bianca and Naomi backstage here, and Naomi looking like she's straight out of like the Fifth Element or the fucking Matrix out here with this outfit. She's literally got strobe lights and LED shit in her hair here. But I kind of like this though. We've got Bianca saying, Naomi, why do you feel bad for Bailey here at all? Could this become We've got, the Rhodes Vengers here. Could this be just baby faces assemble across both men and women here? 2 count for the system onto, I'm guessing, Ace Austin. Yes, because this still keeps cutting it out of 2 frames a second. But so we're getting a little bit of attention there, I feel, between Naomi and Bianca. So interesting moving forward, I feel. Double front face slam from the system. I'm almost wanting to catch Sacrifice when it gets there, because I'll get 2 seconds of the actual in-ring stuff, and then it just goes to like fucking 180 or fucking 480p here. But I've got Bobby Lashley coming out right now. The TOD, what up? Sonya Deville had the valet illegally searched her glove box and called the cops. Fair enough. I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be one. I'm not even a small town bird lawyer. But yeah, that's the last I knew was she was tied up in that whole situation, or at least something around that. Why is Naomi out here looking like Cleopatra? I don't know. Why you out here calling yourself Mana when you're Big Dog? What? Who are you a fan of more, Chris Bay or Ace Austin? Oh, that's like, picking your favorite child here. I guess I'd personally probably take Chris Bay, but so the system picks up the win. So somewhere out there, KJ celebrating. So we have new TNA tag team champions right now, as Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers beat ABC for the 1, 2, 3 here. As I've got Bobby Lashley coming out right now, about to take on Karrion Kross. Got the Almighty for the dub. So yes, let me know who you're taking, folks, as we go to a commercial break on SmackDown. And I'm assuming I said it earlier, but I didn't know if they were just running through the card. But it looks like we've got PCO versus Khan. We've got Godzilla versus Khan. We've got Frankenstein versus King Kong here in a no DQ match on Sacrifice. I feel like Bianca was turning heel in that segment. I think we've kind of been teasing that a little bit more and more. We're getting more into where she's the heel because she was here and now she's not the focus. So she's a little more, I need to, be heard here, all of that. Could we see her be involved with the Pride there with Bobby Lashley and the Profits, be involved with her husband? I think they maybe wait until that TV series on the mini series on Hulu wraps up before they fully pull the plug and turn her heel, because it's hard to sell a TV show for people to tune in on a heel, but we'll see. But let me know who you're taking, folks, as I'm in commercial break. Let me know who you're taking. Whether it's KJ or me, I guess, I don't know, but whether you're taking Khan or PCO.
Up next, banger of a match, a Haas match.
Right. Well, you got right there with the system picked up the win.
Yes.
It might have, been a slow drip with the fucking feed there, but we got there in the end.
I'm not sure where they are tonight, but yeah, they're having issues.
They are actually in your backyard.
Are they?
They are in Toronto, Ontario.
Okay.
So you get that fresh squeeze TNA, and it's still
there you go. As Khan coming out with garbage cans. Bobby Lashley for the win. Cross for the win. I got Nick.
Who got this one? No, I can't.
Meat Madness match coming up. Did anyone else see The Rock's Instagram promos? Yes, we did.
Yeah, I like that he's doing it a little bit. Oh yeah, it's great. It's a nice little lead in and a little, hey, last minute. Now you really want to tune the fuck in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Just threw a kid. The timekeeper got chucked. There will be no keeping of time for this match.
Oh, I haven't even gotten there, but I like this. Is there another Toronto somewhere else?
Right? I didn't realize they were in Toronto.
Well, yeah, they're in your backyard there, my guy. They're on their Canadian tour.
Yeah. No, they pretty much, it's kind of a Canadian company. At least it was till that's why Scott Demore got fired. Canadian discrimination. It's got to stop.
Bro, there's some people saying that he could come back tonight.
Oh, really?
I've heard that alleged.
You should bring him back as a personality, if at anything.
Have him on a talent contract instead of a management contract?
Yeah, maybe.
Would he take it?
I don't know. That's the issue. Depends how many hurt feelings there are.
Right. Well, I like this. Off is the direction you can. that was such a good line.
Right. As the mounds of security still hanging out in front of the building or in front of the door.
Well, now this is in front of the bloodline there. So both locker rooms have just a squad of jobbers.
Yeah. Most of the testimony and the pride are both a flop. The whole angle needs auction to survive. Too soon to call it a flop, Nick?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
It's teetering.
Yeah, this rivalry really hasn't come out of the gate cooking. Not really. Not for me anyway.
Yeah, no, it's not really got me excited for, like, this should be the big payoff. I assume, I would hope, maybe figure. And right. I'm not losing my mind excited for this here because it feels like the lead up hasn't been that great.
Right.
We've got lights out. I don't know if it's a power issue or what's going on here.
No, that's PCO.
Oh, PCO just showed up. Well, my guy, we've had the feed cut out. We've had it been at 2 frames a second. I don't know what other technical issues they were having. Maybe The Rock just showed up to cut a promo, and that's why they kept cutting out.
There's more sign issues.
Right.
Naomi turning heel and joining her real life hubby in the bloodline. Interesting. We'll see. They got enough issues right now. There you go. Correction. There is a city in Jefferson County, Ohio, called Toronto. Shout out to Toronto.
But how can it be called Jefferson City if it's called Toronto? How can it have 2 names?
Yeah, what is it? I could see Naomi and Jade help out Bailey. Yeah, I think that's what they've teased, and that's definitely a possibility.
Well, you were on your pause there. We had the backstage segment with Naomi, and then Bianca showed up after the heartfelt promo from Bailey, and we saw Jade last week. Are we starting to, like we talked about with the men's, are we starting to do an Avengers Assemble with the women here?
Maybe, yeah, especially going up against Damage Control right now. I mean, it looks like Bailey does need some assistance. I like that they teased Jade last week. We'll see if that's how we, get them involved at least.
Right. But so we've got. So no, go ahead.
You gotta love Google, right? There are 15 Torontos in the world. There you go.
But we've got Cross versus Bobby Lashley right now, and we've got PCO setting up a bridge of chairs here. So let us know who you're taking, folks, as I'm going to myself take a pause here real quick.
There you go. They're in Windsor. Good old Windsor. All right, folks, we're rolling along. 2 shows, same time. And yes, we are the channel that just watches more live wrestling than anybody else out there. As Bobby throwing Karrion Kross and up over the top rope, out to the floor. And right now, PCO and Con are just smacking the hell out of each other. What's up, KJ and Big Nick? Do you think that Jeff Hardy... do you know that Jeff Hardy released a new album today? I did not know that. Thought you were saying that Jeff Hardy was released. A lot of rumors about his brother leaving. Got Bobby for a win in a DQ. All right. As Scarlett getting in the way. Carrying a huge forearm. Down goes Bobby. Scarlett continues to be a factor. PCO for the win. Cross needs a win. Cross needs a win for sure. I think the same thing on Sacrifice right now. I think Khan needs a win. as we got a tope cannonball. PCO for the win. I have a feeling I'm losing my title tonight, but I will be back. We're not putting the title on the line tonight. It will be on the line for Mania. It will be on the line during Dynasty, but not tonight. KJ, do you think Cross would benefit from a story angle kind of like Bum-Ass Corbin, where he was down on his luck? No, I just think you have to give him a really good baby face to go against. And you got to really build something up. Like Bobby and the Profits were kind of a bit of a tweener, hadn't really established what direction they're going to go. They need someone a little more beloved. No offense to Bobby, but I think they need to dig in on something where, if Karrion and his boys come out and lay waste to somebody, they really get a crowd reaction. Right back in the third row. Right back. Bobby will win. Cross will win. Do you think any Toronto named city in the U.S. could win a Stanley Cup? Yeah, probably. Fucking probably. Especially after today. I'm not happy. Lashley hasn't ever had a quality WrestleMania storyline build. No, I mean, and Bobby's an interesting guy. Great guy, great talent. Just, I don't know. Bobby's really struggled to kind of be the big superstar and really carry it and have a whole lot of fanfare in either direction. So I thought maybe this new faction would help with that. And again, even that seems to be kind of struggling to connect with the fans. PCO and Karrion Kross for the wins. There you go. In the win. As up goes PCO and Khan fighting on the stage. Praise God. Thank you. In the answer to Nick's question, I call my channel ManaQuest because it's a ministry channel. You don't call a ministry channel Big Dog Bubba to attract new viewers. I don't know. It might work, my guy. What's up, Sue? How you doing? How you doing? Dun, dun. Happy birthday to Chad Gable. There you go. Do you want tables? We want tables. We might get tables. We might get more than tables. As Khan and, like I said, Khan and PCO right now are fighting up against the stage. AJ says, KJ, do you have watching Bobby or Karrion and on TNA? Do you have PCO? Yeah, I have Big Con and I have Karrion winning. Is Darby really going to try and climb Everest? Yes. Or was that a pun of getting to the top of AEW Mountain? No. And Tony would let him do that considering how much he pays him? Yes. Remember, Tony just kind of lets the wrestlers do whatever. So next week, Darby Allin's going to fight Jay White, and I have a feeling there's going to be an angle where they write Darby off TV for a while. At the end of the month, Darby is going to begin his journey to climb to the top of actual Everest, not kayfabe Everest, not corporate Everest, the real Everest. Pat Maroon versus Ryan Reed fight incoming, and we meet in the playoffs. Let's go. I'm really mad about that pickup. He's a great guy if you're cheering for him. But if you're playing against Maroon, he's a pain in the ass. And going to Boston, he'll fit right in. Bobby would do great in a storyline as a heel coming in to take on Moose. Absolutely. Again, I got nothing against Bobby Lashley. There's just something that, I think his best was when you gave him MVP. MVP brought a mouthpiece to Bobby where that is where Bobby lacks. And I think MVP being involved and them being strong heels and him really taking out some competition would work. But it's been a little lackluster. Imagine Bobby and the Profits with Bianca Belair versus the Judgment Day. Dun, dun, dun. Not bad. But Karrion's in control. Bobby back out to the floor. PCO and Khan have made it into the ring. Bubba. What's up, Jackie? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Happy wrestling night to everybody. Welcome. I like Big Dog Bubba better. I always thought that Jacqueline and Hyde gimmick. I got you. Would work for Karrion Kross with his split personality and Two-Face. He presents. I don't mind that either. I just want him to go back to the guy he was in NXT where he was dominant. Like he literally wasted no time destroying people as PCO picks up the win. The Canadian Frankenstein with the W. That'd teach me to bet against him. Big Death Valley driver by Karrion. Yeah, absolutely. Do you think this final WWE game on PS4? Probably, Eric. I don't know, but most likely. I got Bobby and PCO winning. So far, you got half of that right, AJ. I want to see Jack Perry versus Nick Nemeth. Interesting. I'd be curious. Am I clamoring for a Jack Perry match? Not really, but I'd be curious. It will attract viewers, big dog, but not the viewers you want. Yeah, that's probably most accurate. Bobby in AEW, please. What would Bobby do in AEW? Oh, AOP jumping in. So there's the DQ. Bobby by DQ as he's being destroyed right now by AOP. But of course, here come the Street Profits. I believe Bobby and Moose had a match. They probably did. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Taiwan, what's up, KJ? Good to see you. Good to see you as well, sir. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. Dale's 2-0. Are you going live tomorrow for Collision? Yes, I believe we are. We'll most likely will be live tomorrow for Collision. But yeah, stay tuned. There will be a couple down days over the next little bit here. But stay tuned. We got lots coming your way. What's up, Kenny? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Bobby setting up. Oh, Scarlett into the ring now. B-Fab slapping the taste out of Scarlett's mouth. As Joe Henry talking to Top Dollar. Scarlett getting chased off. And we got the Hurt Lock in on Karrion. AOP back to the save, though. Sonya recovering from knee injury. True story. These two teams in a gimmick arc for Mania. I'm down. Yeah, you just got to keep us compelled. And I mean, this is a little better than what we've gotten in the past. So, yeah, I could be okay with that. I mean, if you had a 6-man tag at Mania, I think it would be fine. I think it would work completely okay. Dude, a redhead B-Fab. Gotta love it. There you go. Are you interested in the Grizzly Young Vets, Mustafa Ali versus Time Splitters? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Karrion's new finisher is called the Final Prayer, if anybody was wondering. So Karrion emphatically putting Bobby down. Again, I think if you threw in some refs, maybe a little bit of bell ringing, like that wasn't okay to happen, might have worked a little better, create a little bit of chaos. It was too easy. Karrion Kross is the most unnecessary step up. Got the most unnecessary setup to his finisher. It's hard to be creative. And Paul staring into our soul. KJ, if Breaker is on Smack, then how is he going to defeat Gunther for Intercontinental Championship? The most famous stinkiest. I lost you at the end there, my guy. Breaker is not going to take the IC title. Breaker is going to be on SmackDown, and I imagine eventually he'll be a U.S. champion. So an F5, got it. Well, it's like not really because it's from top, it's over to under, so he pulls him under the arm. So it's like a F5 DDT, kind of. Tornado tag seems like a feud needs violence beyond the normal match for conclusion. Yeah, it's gotta get a little more intense. Even that altercation, I liked it. It builds a little more, but it didn't feel, it felt very easy. As we got MK Ultra taking out Decay at the side of the ring right now. Final prayer. Why does he call it? Why didn't he just call it last rites? What's the final testament? As Dragon Lee came back, apparently. That's right, 2 shows. Here we go. Cross finishing move is a version of the F5. Yeah, it's just he pulls him under. As Electra Lopez talking to Dragon Lee with Santos. Which we should have a bloodline match between the Final Testament, Bobby Lashley, and the Street Profits at WrestleMania 40. Nah, you're crazy. What's up, Ryan? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Sami Zayn versus Gunther at Mania? Maybe. Any chance the Dragon Lee joins Legato? I wish I had Paul Rings. What does he do? Just stares, just stares. Yeah, pretty decent gig for the money. Oh, wow. Dragon Lee getting laid out. TV champion ice cream bars with CM Punk on the stick. I think I have to pause you a little bit on that one, J-Boy, but all right. Mexican Degrassi. Joe Hendry versus AJ Francis next Thursday on TNA. Just got announced by Santino. That'll be a fun match. I like the feud that these two are having, so I'm in for that a little bit. In 2 weeks, have AOP versus Three Profits, have Cross versus Lashley interfere, and then there's no finish, and all this comes to the announced stipulation match Mania. Absolutely. Like I said, I think it works, and I'm okay with it coming to some kind of conclusion like that, but I just need a little more intensity as we get Tiffany Stratton come to the ring, defeated Naomi last week. They want to remind us. And the women's knockout tag titles are on the line right now. Oh, no, they're not. I lied. Completely lied. MK Ultra. Oh, no, I didn't lie. Taking on Danny Luna and Jody Threat. It's Tiffy time. He'll be here. Give it a minute. He knows. He's not going to miss it. I don't get it. Tiffy time, Tiffy time. Where's Big Nick? Yeah, right away, everyone. Mission taking on Tiffany Stratton. MK Ultra for the win. Yeah, I went MKU as well. I just had a double epiphany. I liked it. Spoiled, Larry. Spoiled. Say, didn't need a snack after that. As right now, folks, we are going to another commercial break here on Smackdown. The show's rolling along. If you haven't hit like and subscribe yet, please do so. And it looks Jody Threat's in trouble right now as she takes a kick to the side of the head. Tiffy time, Tiffy time. All right, who you taking, Mission or Tiffy? And why is it Tiffy? Anybody taking Mission? Tiffany Stratton was on the bump this week. Right on. How long till they put the strap of rockets Tiffany and put a belt on her? Pretty quick. I remember, for her, she comes in an interesting time pre-Mania. They're going to need a little bit of time to build that up. Coming post-Mania might not take her long. SummerSlam, maybe. If they're really, really happy with her. Sometimes it's good to spoil oneself. Facts. Big upset here. TT for the win. I'll take Tiff. They're building her up for a big push. Tiffy time. AEW, take note. WWE wants to push Tiffany Stratton, so she's on TV every week. Not gone for a couple months for no reason. Speaking of being on every week, every day, every minute. Never mind. Wow, what an upset. Spitfire. Hey! Danny Luna and Jody Threat. I said it earlier when we did our predictions for Sacrifice. I said every time I bet against these two, I'm never right, and I was wrong.
There we go. Yes, I still made it in time for Tiffy time here, but yeah, 100%. No one was expecting that match.
No, they keep winning. They keep winning. So yeah, your new tag team champions, Danny Luna and Jody Threat.
I'm a fan of Danny Luna.
Right.
Apparently, Jody Threat, even though she's the only Canadian on the channel that apparently gets no love, but
I never picked Jody Threat. She's my one Canadian exception, I suppose.
Right.
All right, it's Josh Alexander and Hammerstone coming up next, and we're gonna get the second match of their great rivalry. Think Hammerstone, especially because he's signed now, needs this W.
Yeah, this I think becomes your top feud, your top thing. Like I said, I think Hammerstone gets the win here, and we get a threequel at some point.
Yeah, it sounds about right to me.
Right. Side note, because I know I missed the end of Cross and Lashley. Can we just establish that Adam Cole promo on Karrion Kross and NXT of you know what they have to do to make me cool is ring the bell killed Karrion Kross in WWE?
No, I don't think so.
Killed him.
I know people have said this before, but I don't think so. What killed Karrion Kross was putting him in a BDSM outfit and making him
follow that up with the other.
That Vince McMahon killed Karrion Kross, and I don't know. There needs to be more intensity here. There needs to be more heat. It's the rivalry is not catching fire.
It should feel more pull apart. It should feel more like there's an actual tension instead of just
Yeah, like have a few referees run out while they're beating the shit out of them. At least make AOP in that and knock them, a couple refs off the apron or play bodyguard while Karrion puts them down. Ring the bell maybe, but it just felt too easy, right? And this whole rivalry, even Royal Rumble, the spot at the Rumble kind of put a dent in the men's Rumble of like, wow, you took the window to that one.
Yeah, that was a really bad spot. Like that's the thing is we get what they're trying to do. It's just been a failure to execute.
As they let us know, the U.S. Express, the newest inductees to the 2024 Hall of Fame.
Right. So we're going to get Tiffy time square to square here with the battle for the Alexes here. Josh Alexander versus Alex Hammerstone.
There you go. There you go. It's going to be a banger. But Tiffany in the ring waiting for mission. Everybody was like, where's Nick?
I mean, I will never miss a Tiffy time here.
There you go.
Even if I'm not here on screen, I will be here in spirit.
Here in spirit. If WWE is smart, they will be Tiffany time for a while. Oh, yeah, she's just only getting started, folks.
Thank you, Scott. If Nick didn't come back, we'd have to pull his Tiffy time card. I'm the one who started this shit. I was the flag waver.
Hammerstone for the win. Who's Mitch King?
The distant cousin of Mitch Hedberg there.
Right. Oh.
Double stomp from Tiffy as we've got a collar and elbow tie-up on Sacrifice.
Congrats to Jody and Danny. Yeah, big surprise.
And yeah, really out of the blue, especially because you mentioned how there was the DK and MK Ultra interaction beforehand. That's what we thought was going to be where we were going with this. I think you specifically talked about give me a women's tag team Monsters Ball match with those 4 women involved. And now do we get that to go back at the titles? Is this just a placeholder? Where are we going?
I don't know. I think we talked about this a little last night. It was a little surprising that you had the tag titles go. I didn't expect MKU to lose. Then I didn't expect Decay. Like I didn't expect Decay to get them. Then I didn't expect MKU to get them back. Definitely didn't expect this. So we're playing a little bit of hot potato. So we'll see how this plays out. Maybe a women's triple threat tag match at their next big one.
Could be. We get a triple threat Monsters Ball. I still want, now you've thrown it out there in the ether, so I just want that now.
I want it, dude.
A women's tag team Monsters Ball match here.
Right? Mission with the vertical suplex.
Sorry, this popped me here. Nick came back just in the nick of Tiffy time. Man spitting bars out here. I can respect it.
Oh, Alabama Slammer.
Roll through on an ankle lock from Hammerstone. Big boot.
Tiffy had to refire.
Prettiest moonsault ever. Hey, sometimes you got to reload.
That's it. I'm good with it. She had the sense to refire.
Exactly. That's the thing is, I know it's not, she's not got, you know, she didn't work in Chikara. She didn't work in fucking CZW or anything like that, or PWG.
Yeah.
But they're now built to go at the WWE level. And guess what? The WWE level right now is fucking cooking. So
absolutely. Mission is the stupidest name they could have. She picked it, I think. I think she put asked for it.
It means something, I believe, in Korean of like, yeah, I don't want to speculate because I don't know languages, but yeah, it was her choice, I feel.
Right. Surprised Mission didn't go down or Mia Yim didn't go down to NXT with the OC. Yeah, probably would have been better. Speaking of the OC, AJ Styles.
Right. Yeah, so Tiffany picks up the win as I've got Josh right now just throwing chops on Hammerstone here.
AJ addressing why he went all the way across the world to smash.
I'm going to prove that the world is flat. I'm going to travel 20 hours in a straight line.
Right. She didn't F up the moonsault. She had a stutter step and then drilled a beautiful moonsault.
Yeah. Have you ever seen a stutter step, a crossover? That's what she did. She just sit there and she she collected herself.
Yeah, she definitely had a hiccup on the jump off, but when she reset and did it, she nailed it.
Yeah, would you rather she did it where, you know, initially and then she fucks up the move entirely and then everybody's just bitching online?
Right? You're not wrong. 2-1. If AJ Styles was in Mission's corner, she would have won the match. Maybe.
Okay, that's not enough guard. Stratton froze and kind of 1, 2, 3. Is she green? I think you're reaching, my guy.
Yeah, I don't think so. AJ is cutting promos like Shinsuke. I like it. I like this intensity from AJ. I've been begging for a really solid AJ Styles run, and I like what they're doing here. And right, AJ LA should be fun at Mania.
Yeah, well, now you've got LA just chuckling here as he's like every, you know, 49ers fan during the Super Bowl, just taking a chair to the fucking TV right now here.
There you go. Mission means crazy in Korean. There you go.
See, I didn't want to say it and be wrong, so
there you go.
Fact checkers. Yeah, T's and P's for that TV.
Right. Scott, well, she is. Man, what the F did that TV ever do to LA Knight? Put AJ Styles on it. It'll learn.
All right.
As here comes Legado. Rest in peace, poor TV. AJ, wow.
Bro, none of them, I was going to say, okay. I was like, Garza's got to be the only one wrestling here because I was like, none of these people are wearing any sort of the similar outfits here.
Right.
You have Electra looking like if J-Lo and Miss Tracy Brooks from TNA came together here.
Looks like Martin's girlfriend. There's an old reference for everybody.
I was like Martin Scorsese, Martin Short, Martin.
Couldn't they have had AJ and Knight do this in the ring? Would have been a lot better for a Mania build. No, I like it. You don't have to stick everybody in the ring. I think you got the point across. It brings down the lights. It doesn't get convoluted between the back and forth. You literally have AJ just put the spotlight directly on AJ, give us, take our undivided attention and have him deliver his message. I thought that was solid. They don't all have to be.
They can still have a moment to where they have it in ring and everything.
Yeah.
Like, that really drew all the focus to AJ and what he was talking about right then and there.
Right? No, 100%. That LA Knight TV promo is peak wrestling. LA beats up a TV with a chair. That's how you do it.
Well, you got everybody out here. Gina! Damn, Gina! Morning! Morning!
People get me. That's all right.
All right. That's how you know you're old.
It's definitely getting there.
Sadly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, we're about to get Garza versus Dragon Lee as I'm getting a preview for Raw, and I've also got Alexander taking on Hammerstone right now.
Yeah. Hammerstone's holding on to a bear hug from what I got.
Right.
Damn, Gina.
Right. But Knight coming out and doing a promo on AJ is what people want to see. That's my opinion on it. I just feel like if you have to say AJ, say all of that to Knight's face, it hits harder.
No.
We're going to get there. You can't give everything right out of the gate. We've got still what? 30, 20 plus days to build to Mania.
Well, and look at it like
pace yourself.
And look at it like this. Last week, Knight showed up storming through the hallways, and all this was like, I gave AJ the night off because I didn't want any bullshit. So you again, so you get that. Now this week you get words, and now next week or later tonight, like it's the growing of the story. So step by step, we're here. I think it was great. I thought AJ killed it.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, no one even expected him to sit there and show up at Elimination Chamber, but we all praised it. That's the thing, is when, they subvert your expectations, sometimes it's a bit better than what you expect here. Yeah, I saw that. You're youthfully challenged.
More by the day. Taker and Ryback. I don't know why that's being said in the same sentence. All that's missing is Shenane. KJ, would you beat up a TV like LA Knight did if Toronto Maple Leafs get eliminated from the playoffs? If that was the case, I probably would have gone through about 35 TVs by now.
I was going to say, the question is more not have you, is more have you, not if you.
No, I haven't and I won't. I'm not the person who just, I'll go get a new one tomorrow.
I mean, I got given a foam brick with the Bills logo thrown on it, so I can throw that around instead of other shit. So,
right? I mean, yeah, no.
If there's one of us who might do something like that, I don't think it's you, respectfully.
Right? I'll break a remote. I'll break a fucking, a glass by it, but I'm not replacing my TV every time the Leafs fuck up because I can't afford
he'd be fucking having an outstanding credit at Walmart or something.
Right. I'm picking either Sami Zayn or Chad Gable to challenge Gunther at Mania. I think those would be the two favorite going into that match on Monday.
Right. As we're getting hype up video for Money in the Bank in Toronto. The combo tickets on sale next Friday. So if you live in the greater Ontario region, make sure you go ahead and get yourself some tickets there for Money in the Bank. If this man's throwing the thumbs up because he might be there.
Hoping the fireworks would go off, but apparently selective thumbs.
There you go. Much like AEW, selective bookings, selective thumbs. But I've still got Hammerstone and Josh Alexander throwing at it here. Right.
There you go. Not everything needs to be in ring. They have a whole arena to work in.
Facts.
I'm fine. It's okay. I'm not even mad at it. And actually, to be honest, AJ's not that great of a promo, so it's almost better that they did this. Just saying.
Mans can do a couple takes and just they can patch some shit together versus he's got to do it on the fly. We're live, pal. Trust me. We know this from even doing what we do. Not everybody can handle doing it's live, pal.
Right.
Now that no, I was just reading through. I was halfway even reading through the one before that there. Most of our grandparents destroyed TVs when their favorite wrestler didn't win, so give LA Knight a break.
Are you kidding me? Our grandparents would be swinging at those big old fucking sitting on the floor TVs. The Radiator King.
Right, exactly. The TV would have won the fucking match here, I feel, with some people out there.
You ever try and fuck up one of those old TVs? Good luck.
Bro, those things were a mausoleum. You had 3 dials. You had 3 channels. You could click, click, click.
Oh,
and
man.
That thing was a fucking, like a tomb there. That was, you prayed to that shit. That thing was that big. Big back and forth here from Alexander.
That's a
and
cool. Okay, Dragon Lee's little thing was cool. Am I easy to please here? That was pretty decent.
Little bit.
Right? The dragon landing right at the tunnel.
Yeah, well, dragon, got the dragon balls. Tie in there. Well, with Toriyama there passed away with
Right.
Dragon Balls. Yeah, still, I dig it.
Mm-hmm. And they got rid of the glitching.
Please, thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. We've got enough glitching on Sacrifice. We don't need glitching here.
Got Angel for the win. Interesting. Angel Garza for the win. Who is your favorite wrestler? You have to pick.
One or multiple? Or
right.
Confines.
Damn, that's the game on Xbox. All right. Angel Garza for the win. FYI, Gina wish she looked as fine as back. There you go. I'm just saying that's what the vibe I got.
When a 20-inch TV weighed 120 pounds. Yeah, absolutely. There's children, T's and P's, that are not here today because that fucking fatback fell on them and it outweighed them. So 100%, there are people who aren't here today because a fatback fell over.
Yeah. Or fucking have
heart. More ways than one.
Right? As we're kicking off with Dragon Lee in control. Josh Alexander is still in control while battling with Hammerstone. Holding on to that.
He's out here going through the three amigos as we've got two former amigos fighting out of here.
Legato and LWO has been trash. Ooh. I don't know about that. I think it's been all right.
We're starting to think, Alpha, there's no pleasing you.
Yeah, he's just, he comes to say all the positive things. Dragon Lee for the win. My favorite backstage segment were Mankind in the Boiler Room and Bray Wyatt. Yeah.
Well, the Firefly Funhouse, absolutely. And then, the Kane Dewey, even, well, that was ECW, but Mrs. Foley's baby boy and all of that really cemented the Mick Foley Mankind character.
Right.
A
boot to the face.
Everybody going on outside on both shows, almost in synchronicity here, as we've got Garza posing up as Josh Alexander hits I almost want to call it the kill shot there that Macklin kind of hits, but it's on the apron as he dumps Hammerstone on the outside.
Dragon Lee for the W because of interference. Pause. He walks up to his stove. Let me talk to ya.
Yeah.
Carlito hasn't been used right. I'll tell you that. Carlito hasn't been used great, right? I don't know. Like, he hasn't been used great. I admit that. It was
the question then becomes: do we just expect to book Carlito a different way, or is he ever going to be booked right? Because you could say that throughout his career. I feel like it's been a record of expectations and a record of undelivery.
Big clothesline. Yeah, and I mean, again, did they bring him in to be kind of a support guy and kind of hang around the mid card? I mean, again, it's also the expectations they've created with the booking, right? So,
right.
But again, he hasn't had the hottest of runs with this storyline, and it has been hot and cold, a little hot and cold. But I don't mind it, and I don't mind the people involved.
Fair play. 2 count there from Josh right now on Sacrifice.
Yeah, if you guys are watching TNA Sacrifice, it's been a hell of a match here between Hammerstone and Josh. Both men just fighting for everything.
Right. Holy shit, Cops is still a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought it would have just been called World Star by now. Just Twitter.
Is there a match? Is there another match after this match on SmackDown? Yeah, we still got a half an hour to go, so there'll be. Oh no, there won't be.
We allegedly run through, so this is where we're gonna get cinema. So, folks, we've had your intermission. Go ahead, make sure you got your feel goods, your get rights, everything like that. Your every night delights. Grab your feel goods because after this, I feel we're getting cinema with Dwayne.
Yeah, and you know what? This is what you do with Dwayne is you keep running over. So we're gonna put you at the end for a hard stop. And if you keep going, no one's gonna hear your shit.
No, because we can just have a run over, but we don't need to announce it.
Yeah,
They'll just fucking tune in.
right.
Yes, Nick, and Crime 2 is still a thing. Yes, I do live in America as
It was
well.
still being televised.
All right, I didn't know that we needed to still can air it.
Right. What are your thoughts on Okada turning heel? I didn't expect that. Finally, the Bucks did something good. I'm not convinced that it's good yet. I know a lot of people didn't love it. I'm a little surprised. I'll see if they can turn this into something. I need the Young Bucks to do this a little more serious. Stop fucking around if this is going to work.
Big facts. As ref is down, and we've got a grapevine ankle lock. But yeah, the Okada heel turn, like on one hand, I want to give them credit for all of that because it worked me. I got all the way excited about it. And I think if you've got Kenny on the sidelines for a while, it sets up for that long term.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, the Bucks want to be the focus and again just become an afterthought of. I'm already sick of it. I'm already sick of them. I don't mind Okada being there. I think that's a given. Heel or babyface, fine. But if he's going to be there with the Bucks and we've got to deal with him doing the Bucks stick, that's a fucking slog to get through, I feel.
Oh, come out of the. See, that's what I like. And I know people are going to go, oh, that was a bit botchy, but it looked like two men struggling to get the move. So when he did hit it, it looked great.
But and that's how you come out of the break, like that you were about to say there, because even with Roadblock, we came out of the break on NXT to Dijak hitting the moonsault off the top of the cage, and that was one of the most shared things out of that whole show.
Hammerstone gets the win.
We figured,
and took the headgear. He popped him out of his headgear, bro.
I mean, when it comes crashing down and it hurts.
Yeah, holy shit. Josh Alexander gets popped out of the headgear and Alex Hammerstone leaving with it.
Taking a trophy.
As Angel and Dragon Lee still rolling. What a good week for wrestling. Now you can see TNA and AEW have stepped their game up. They're at least trying.
Yeah, I'll give you that 100%.
Yeah, it was a better week.
Man's throwing it and flexing with it on his bicep just to show his bicep is the size of Josh Alexander's skull.
Right. As Dragon Lee stomping on Angel. Oh, that Ospreay Fletcher Dynamite main event was a masterpiece. It was a really good match, guys. Like, masterpiece. It was a really, really good match.
Can we just say, though, that Ospreay had back-to-back match of the year contenders?
Yeah, I love
that. That's pretty unprecedented. I'll give him that. Back-to-back.
I wouldn't say, I mean, unprecedented that a guy has two bangers back-to-back?
No, stereo match of the year candidates.
Yeah, I feel like Ospreay's been doing that for a year and a half now.
Facts.
Oh, another, right? Oh, Speedball. Oh, they're Dragon Lee with the win and the mugging.
But yeah, with the Speedball haircut there halfway. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think it's a bit of recency bias, but I've seen Ospreay have a lot of really fucking amazing matches. The problem you have is that was a really, really good main event, and nobody watched it. Not many.
Less people tune in for that than they did for getting Chris Jericho out there just trying to, be buddies with Hook. Like that's a problem. That's a problem.
Right? Santos and Legato laying out Dragon Lee as some grizzled young vets are coming to the ring.
Right. So for those following along, Hammerstone picked up the win. Dragon Lee picked up the win. Now I've got Dragon Lee or Damage Control backstage as GYV comes out.
Right. Hammerstone got the win. Yeah, we figured he would. Now we're setting up round 3.
Right.
Doom, 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 doom.
Have you seen it going around that Bull Nakano's thrown out that she might have one match left in her?
Oh, wow.
And
Bull
I
versus
really want
Asuka.
her versus Asuka.
Bull
Like,
versus
if you're gonna
Asuka.
do it, that's the match to have.
Yeah, I'd be okay with it. One off.
Right. That's your Japanese women's wrestling passing of the torch, I feel a bit.
I kind of like this vibe they're giving Damage Control, man. Uh-oh, Seth's missing.
They snuck out the window.
They Ted Bundy this motherfucker. They got him.
El Chapo.
Hammerstone finishing move is awesome. He popped the helmet off the dude. Yes. Why steal him? Del Rio's move. Not just whatever.
You can have that.
You can have that. Dragon Lee for the win. I hate the move no matter who does it. So
Right. It's cooperation that
Let
it
go.
just looks so it throws you completely out of the match, I feel.
It's like Swerve sit-up stomp of like you got to make it look like he caught you. You can't sit up and look at him coming in. It's just such a bad visual.
You've got to do it fluid in that moment of you pop up for half a second of you fight up, and that's when he comes raining down on you. Instead of we're just gonna sit there like the corner stomp spot with Del Rio and everything is terrible. Literally, I'm gonna just sit here and hold myself completely unnaturally, so you can make sure that you can get your shit in.
Yeah, no, I like the double stomp more than Balor's. It looks safer. I don't want it to look safer. I want it to look like holy fuck, and then the coup de grace works for me. Oh, is there still issues between Alex Shelley and Time Machine? We're getting an Alex Shelley turn.
I think we could get a double turn here because Saban's already had his issues with Kushida, I feel.
Yep.
So now you've got the two guys that have an issue with you are now your tag team partners. Oh, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy.
Right. Hammerstone as a heel. I'm down for that. Yeah, no, it's working. I like it. I like the vibe that Hammerstone just gave off and the flexing, taking the trophy. Let's go. Heat this up, which it's two good matches now.
Right.
I love Damage Control. I love this Damage Control. Fair enough. I think I think they're good. I think they're solid.
Right.
It has been a fast SmackDown, Nick. I was just thinking that. It was like, oh shit, we're pretty much in the main event promo area now. Like,
yeah, because we're racing to that now.
Like, it zoomed by, but did nothing happen? It's like I feel like it just happened.
I feel if we didn't have, I want to say this respectfully, the anchor of this story, that it would have been a much more impactful, probably SmackDown. You would have felt some more things. You would have had, like, even the Bianca, Naomi shit, the Bailey thing, Tiffany, all would have felt a bit more impactful. We're all just waiting for one moment.
Maybe that's what it is. All right, get this shit out of the way. We got to.
Right, we're literally all right. You bitch because they went over last time, so now they'll go on last. So when they do go over, still, because they will go over, it's Dwayne. They will go over. So now you can't bitch because it didn't cost any match. It didn't take anybody's time away or anything.
Yeah. No, that's I just like it was a blur. Like shit, we're at the end. Like, oh, what happened?
Right.
Shit, what did happen tonight?
Indifference.
The AJ style promo is all that I can remember.
I remember Tiffy and all that proceeded around that.
Yeah, we had the KO Randy match, easy peasy, in and out.
Yeah, KSI show up and get Prime Energy drink dumped on his testicles there.
Yeah,
that happened.
A very clean show, not a bad show, not an amazing show by any stretch, but I've enjoyed it because it happened.
Again, does this become what we've seen even when we talked about, I think, on Wednesday? Does one segment, does one match, one moment, you got to lose yourself? Does it carry in meh show or an okay show?
To a great show, yeah.
To a great show just because of one thing.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it with Revolution where, like, people were willing to ignore Mysterio coming back next week.
Right, yes.
Willing to ignore, like, a 4.5-hour pre-show for 3 good matches and, like, best pay-per-view ever because of the last 3 matches.
Right, yeah. Like, they sold you on the back end.
Right? Like, you don't often brag about going 3 out of 11. Here comes the tribal chief. WWE has high schools and security kids. Yeah, other companies have the high school kids as the wrestlers. That's
Facts.
Let's be
Called
fair.
Ring of Honor. It's called Ring of Honor.
I don't know, man. Nick Wade.
Uh-uh.
I don't care how many people watch an Osprey match. I'll be there, one of a handful of guys I'd actually tune in for. Listen, I thought he was the wrestler of 2023. He started 2024 off with an absolute bang. His farewell tour in New Japan was wonderful. And now he's here. He's 2-2 coming out the gate for me in AEW. I love the guy. I really do. I hope they have substance for him, because these matches, they have a law of diminishing returns, whether you love them or not.
It becomes, again, we've talked about it. We're NFL, you're going towards free agency. NHL just had the trade deadline and everything. When you see somebody go to another team, you just hope that they get utilized right.
Yes.
And when you have a talent like that, you hope that they can fit the system and the system benefits them as much as they can. And that's the big concern when it comes to an Osprey, Okada or Mercedes, which I don't even think I've gotten your opinion. Maybe we'll get it after SmackDown, or because this is probably finished SmackDown here. I don't think we'll get a commercial, but
no, we might get one.
Saying how she's already talking about coming back to WWE when she hasn't even shown up in AEW yet.
I think that's the end game, right? I signed with Tony for 2 years. He'll give me $10 million for 2 years. I'll have fun. I'll work like 10 dates in 2 years, and then I go back to where I want to go.
She's on that Russell Wilson shit of, I'll go here, you pay me the fucking maximum, and I'll go to WWE and take the vet minimum here. I'll just be working for free because Tony Khan's fronting the bill.
Right? I'll see y'all in 3 years. Don't worry.
You can have that. That ain't even what I'm
Did Hammerstone take his knee pad? No, but he used his headgear as an elbow pad. So bonus pad.
I was going to say, does headgear supersede knee pads?
Yeah. WWE needs better security. That's a silly statement. Oh, sorry, Alva.
I don't think it's literal, but anyways. But I'll say something that's literal as I see a bunch of people throwing up their ones and everything in the chat. At least you're not throwing up, that shape of the L on your forehead. But yes, throw up that one. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Tell everybody that that's out there talking will be talking pro wrestling here, because pro wrestling's the hottest thing going out here. Let them know about the Wrestling for Life Network, because we cover more wrestling than anybody else could live. As even this man's got Cody Rhodes' pyro budget now working for him.
It did all the time I tried, and that time it did.
Right.
When you least expect it, folks.
No one expects the firework expert. By the way, Sacrifice is still a thing. Yes.
Sorry?
I was just saying Sacrifice is still a thing, but sorry.
Sacrifice rolling on, but we're a little distracted.
Yeah, you're good.
Ali in control of Saban outside the ring, 6-man tag happening. He's been a very good heel on the indies, not just in House of Glory, Wrestling Revolver. We saw him cut a real heel promo the other night, Nick. That's why I kind of like that this is starting to evolve into the Shelly we're getting everywhere.
They're doing what AEW and Ring of Honor doesn't do with indies, of making it a continuity.
Yeah.
Of using it as, well, you're already there, so you might as well use it to benefit us too.
And MCMG's been so squeaky clean for so long. If you know,
have you noticed? Well, sorry,
the red eyes. Yeah,
the eyes thing. Yes. Okay, so we got there.
I'm talking about mine, but okay. Anyway, what?
Well, that too. Our eyes are also red because vitamins. We're not heels, but the Brahma Bull's eyes are red here.
Look at this. Look at that. Holy shit.
Fucking Black Adam. He's got the DCU budget still out here. He's still got, someone just start yelling Shazam and maybe he'll fucking do something.
There we go. We got to turn on the Rock electricity for the channel. Let's go.
If you smell, bro,
I'm scared TK gonna overbook Osprey and get him hurt. Yeah, a little afraid of that, but more of a lot of matches, not a lot of substance. Like you gotta, like him and Brian, let's go, man. And if they can build an angle where Brian's being a dick and Osprey's the baby face, and they really develop some heat, they get in some backstage scraps or some altercations, and then the payoff is you get one match at Dynasty, you get another match at All In. Let's go.
Right. Are we not setting up though for Dynasty to hopefully at least be on paper a huge card of allegedly Samoa Joe versus Swerve is going to happen there, because at Big Business you're getting Swerve, or you're getting Joe versus Wardlow.
Yeah.
Eddie versus Okada, and we're probably going to get Danielson versus Ospreay there, which again, AEW has the potential to have some of the greatest wrestling matches of 2024, but still manage to not draw viewers, not draw attention, not have stories, not be compelling. It's this weird fucking vacuum that they've driven themselves into.
Yeah. That's the issue is, like, I know there was a lot of buzz going on about the taping for Collision that we're going to watch tomorrow, and how few people were there. That is a concern. You talk about when they're doing NXT numbers in the flagship show, you have to ask yourself, like, how do we grow this? What will get people to tune in? We're signing all this talent. What is going to pull people in?
There was more viewers that watched Trick Williams show up at the end and confront Carmelo Hayes after Tony D'Angelo won than there were that watched the fucking 5-star classic or the 17.5-star classic, according to Dave Meltzer, of Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, of your biggest signing, of the Billy Goat there. That's a problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong. As we get the hot tag to Kushida and The Rock on the turnbuckle, milking the crowd right now. I think me and Nick both picked Ali's group.
Yes, Prince Ali, fabulous.
I have not seen Black Adam. Have you seen Black Adam?
No, I don't want to inflict punishment on myself. I'm not a masochist.
Right. So everything these guys coming out, there's going to be 15 minutes plus entrance. We are 13 minutes into since we started this. So yeah, and I'm okay with it. 100%.
I was going to say, run from it, hide from it, bitch about it. It is inevitable. You will be tuning in. We are all seated for what is about to happen on SmackDown. As much as anyone wants to sit there and talk shit, or WWE does the same old shit, everybody's sitting down and shut the fuck up to watch this right now.
Yeah, Alpha. Yeah, they're milking it, and that's what happens when you have superstars. I'm
starting to wonder, does The Rock have a deal with like a Turkish tapestry out here to make his vest and everything?
Right.
Man, looking like the fucking flying carpet from Aladdin. As I was talking about Prince Ali out here.
I don't think anyone
will. I like the visual right there, though, of you have The Rock doing the screw face and Roman's doing it back, but they don't realize they're both kind of doing it at each other. We're setting up the little vignettes, the little I'm gonna do things my way. Right? It's my way.
You can't have two alphas. You can't have two heads of the table. You can't have it. They're gonna butt heads. You can't. This is temporary.
Right.
Time splitters for the win, 100%. Entrance is what's going to pull people in. Look at every person standing in that building right now. I am Alpha. Yeah. When you have big superstars, that's what happens.
See, that's the thing. When you keep trying to just do nothing but talk shit, eventually that shit runs up and runs out with you. And then, you have to come up with, shit that's undeniable here. Everybody is standing on their goddamn feet of Dallas, Texas. Right. Acknowledge me.
Looks like
shake my hand, brother.
Oh, they're going for the handshake here. Long pause.
But that's the thing, is there's always this tension of will he or won't he?
No, they're being friendly, but
nothing seems truly copacetic.
Right.
Acknowledge us. Okay. Hey. So I concede to you, you concede to me a little there.
Great Scott says, I thought The Rock was Samoan.
Half.
And cut off by Cody Rhodes.
As instantly Solo's just squared up of what he's out there when I see what's on site, but
He's black and Samoan.
Yeah,
Facts.
50-50.
It's funny how The Rock always stands up far from. Yeah, he's not exactly in there. He's above them, and they're building that up without words, without wasting time, just by positioning, by how they present things. And Cody coming through the crowd.
It's the subtlety, it's the cinema, it's the storytelling, it's the nuances that really make everything.
Yeah.
The devil's in the details, and that's really where this is at.
Here we go. What's with that hesitation? Yeah, man. Wyatt and The Rock just throw his hand out right away. As Seth coming down. Does he have tape on his mouth, or is he wearing a mask?
No, I think he's just holding a cue card or something.
Okay.
No, wait. I'm trying to look in now. They taped his mouth.
Oh.
That was fucking stupid.
Yeah, what's up with Morpheus Rollins here?
Yeah.
I acknowledge Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, not Roman Reigns. I acknowledge The Rock. 3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Well, at least as long as you acknowledge us and make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button and be a friend, tell a friend. That's the only thing that you really, truly need to acknowledge.
Cutter. Oh, by the way, this 6-man tag match is chaos right now.
I feel terrible because I was wondering what they were going to put versus this. Because it is going to be one of those, where the attention is going to be diverted. So I'm wondering. So I might have to go back and rewatch this match because, I mean,
it's on
when
fire.
We come back from commercials. I respect the sacrifice. I don't know how much I would be paying attention.
Ali being triple teamed by the time splitters. Yeah, sorry TNA, but this match is cooking.
Right. Well, even one out there. What is about to happen? Nobody knows, but we're all tuned in.
Seth coming through the crowd too. Yeah, it took me a minute to see him. I thought it was Cody's shadow.
Me and my shadow. He looks like he's a walking comforter.
Right.
Instead of the American Nightmare, the American Crybaby. Shut up. That's what we need to do as a t-shirt.
What?
I'm saying no, don't say it too loud because then they'll do it. So so coming soon to the Wrestling for Life merch store right there. You get a star, so we'll remember it. Is the American Crybaby.
As Ali and the Grizzled Young Vets pick up the win.
Right.
Roman Reigns hugs like a vegan, sign in the crowd. I like it.
I like how that's an insult.
Who thinks we are getting some form of betrayal at WrestleMania? I don't know if it's betrayal as much as it is discourse, heads butting. I think it might not be like The Rock or Roman stabs one in the back. They just can't get along. Their egos are too big.
What if it's neither? What if it's Seth?
The Seth thing keeps blowing my mind that people keep bringing this up, and I'm like, could it be?
I mean, I am aware that I am an asshole.
That would blow my mind, but it would explain why Seth has been so friendly. By the way, Seth has the biggest bubble vest I've ever seen in my life.
I'm telling you, that's why I keep saying it looks like a fucking comforter. I can't stand the rain.
He brought his sleeping blanket. He brought his sleeping blanket.
Called and just said, "Do you want to make a song with Timberland?"
This brings back the feelings I had as a teenager during the Attitude Era. 100%. Like we're 20 minutes in and all entrance.
I was gonna say, literally, I'm doing the Dwayne gimmick here as a 35-year-old adult out here with goose pimples and everything. Like this feels like we're being that kid to where you're sitting there and recording, a Monday Night Raw, so you don't want to miss anything in case you accidentally fall asleep, so you can go back and rewatch it and everything, and have all the moments that people are talking about in school and everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, and there's options with this Seth thing. What? Okay, so if Drew and Seth go night 1, maybe.
I've heard that goes night 2. That opens night 2.
Opens night 2. Because I wonder if Seth gets, say Seth loses to Drew, And part of his anger is, well, man, I'm helping you with your battle and you just let me get, like, I wonder if that works out. I don't know, because again, it would shock me. It would be like a holy shit moment if Seth was to realign with Roman in this whole story.
I don't even know if he realigns, but it's one of those of, Cody, you fucked me over. I've lost you 3 times. Why the fuck would I help you?
Yeah.
Granted, I still want someone to pull out the, hey, Seth, how much do clothes cost in the Matrix line?
Dallas, we have a problem.
Right.
Nerds.
I think the 4 of us should take a moment. Yes, so let's all just take a moment.
We just had 20 moments, Cody.
This.
We just had 20 moments, Cody. Come on.
I was going to say, thank you for that moment. As you interrupted it.
The Rock vs. Roman next Saudi show. Interesting.
I have heard that mentioned.
Yeah, which is supposed to be May.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as also, by the way, on Sacrifice, we're getting the Jordan Grace versus Tasha Steelers versus Zaya Brookside match coming up. And I think everybody's taking Jordan Grace.
Right? Yes. I heard the stipulations. This is proof that you don't need thumbtacks or tables or glass to get something over. It's fun when we do, but you don't need it.
You don't need to do it all the time.
Heel Rocky Rules, says Dale. I like it. Oh, here comes
you have the authority to make that stipulation. Oh, shots fired! Shots fired!
Right. As we got friend of the channel, the Iceman, introducing Ash by Elegance.
Absolutely. Shout out the homie there that randomly was popping up and saying, "We get it when it comes to talking about Ash by Elegance." I'm like, are you sure? Like, did you watch it? But again, we are the only ones.
It'll be an Anthony. It's okay.
Yeah, well, again, we're the only ones out there to where the wrestlers are tuning in and watching us, folks. It's undeniable at this point. Again, often imitated, never replicated, never duplicated. Ash, you shut your mouth, you walking clown.
Okay. Super duper fly.
Right. The Rock dropped some gospel. This man's taking our shtick out here. We're saying spread the good gospel of wrestling out here. Now
right.
And he's dropping gospel. We're the gospel. We're the oh my brother, testify.
Yeah, you got a sold out building. Every single person standing on their feet right now, and you can see it. You can't pipe in people standing up. Every single person is standing on their feet before these men did a fucking thing. That is a different level that other wrestlers and other companies strive for, pray for. And this, whether you love it or hate it, again, it might not be a hardcore Texas death, anything goes fucking battle royal, but it's wrestling.
Pro wrestling is all the way back, and to sit there and try, this is one of those that you look ignorant trying to ignore type of thing. This is really what separates people who truly talk wrestling and people who have an agenda.
They're chanting diarrhea. The verbal diarrhea is upon us. Seth does look ridiculous.
I'm keep looking at Roman of this man's the faces and everything as Seth's dancing. The diarrhea dance is, I guess, the Seth Rollins thing here.
Cody and Seth team name is Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, bro.
The Rhodes Ventures out here. I'm just waiting for Cody Rhodes to just sit here and pop out of, Roadies, crybabies, right? Assemble.
We are the Wild Stallions. I knew Seth was wearing his wife's outfit. I didn't know he was wearing all of it, all of the shit.
No, he just didn't want to get out of bed, so he took the bed with him.
Dean Ambrose is somewhere crying in his car. Nah, he's watching this going, where's all the blood?
Right, he's just digging himself. Why was it me? It should have been me. Did
Cody get slapped by The Rock? Not yet. I think
yet.
Cody's
Give it
going to be the
time.
slapper. I think Cody should be the slapper this time, to be honest.
You listen to me good, Mr. Midlife Crisis.
I like this shit. Let's go.
Well, have you seen that Seth's been cleared and is going to be on the next couple house shows? So we may. I still think he needs to take some time off post Mania, but we might get Seth a little bit more up than we thought he was.
Seth
we accept, and he took the glasses off.
Seth
so
is the
again, though, does this set this?
Seth is the one that said yeah. Roman breaking the tension. Let's go.
Roman's coming out the best out of this. I was worried he was going to be overshadowed, and now he's just a petulant teenage child of fuck you, Dad.
And that's why he's closest to the camp as well. Little thing.
Oh, yeah.
But he breaks. You let him answer for you?
You gonna let this cross-dresser, that's Roman's words, not mine, but that's you gonna let this guy answer for you?
Right.
When I beat you at WrestleMania, he's gonna decide your future?
Jordan Grace for the win.
When I beat you, your story's over. You don't get another shot. RuPaul Rollins. RuPaul Rollins.
Everyone likes their fucking alliteration.
Right, a little bit.
Just called him a piece of shit.
Hey, they blanked it out again. What did The Rock say?
Piece of shit.
So you get the Canadian unfiltered. You get the the fresh tap shit. I just get the censored version.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm the boss.
So then, if you're the boss, then why did you need them to accept? Couldn't you just make the match? Logic, reasoning, loophole.
Well, he put out a challenge, but he has the authority to make it happen.
But you're the boss, so why are we pushing now? You could have just done it to begin with. I know. Kayfabe's a fucking killer here, but yeah.
Sign. So bringing up the shit from
the Vegas. High chief is looking down. You're the youngest of three.
Time to play the game.
Oh my God. Is he going to bring up Cody's family? He's bringing up his sister. Is this where Cody slaps The Rock?
Your brother, future Hall of Famer.
Right.
Shout out Dustin. But it's you who stinks.
Yeah, as we've got the lower third. You got to do it, my guy. Do it. I hate that we're going to do it here. You look like a bitch if you don't do something here. We got the lower third in the... Yes! Yes! The Rock! Turn him out as fair play, folks.
What a way. And they're going to end it here in back.
Oh, he just tosses the mic and he just smiles like, I was waiting for you to do it, bitch.
Are you okay? You bastards. And we're off. Finally, we gets it.
I kind of can't not be mad at it like I was with the Sting thing of like, fucking let the run over happen. Let it go.
Yeah. No, that's you go. And I know there's not usually, they never go long because of Fox News. So
fuck Fox News.
Well, I don't make the rules. But
but still, God damn it.
You talk about cliffhangers? Perfect. Yeah, see, that's what I want. That's what they want.
Twitter, though.
Yes, I love when the spoiled fans start going, I didn't get all of it. I love it. I told you from day one. You can go back and watch the last bunch of streams on Fridays. Breadcrumbs all the way along this journey's breadcrumbs. Then that's how they're playing this. That's how they're rolling it out. Is just a piece by piece. We want it all. We want the whole goddamn pie. But it's
I want it all.
Piece.
I want it all.
I love
and
it.
I want it now.
Ending on it. Yeah. Keep us one. I want everybody to feel the way Boston feels. Give me more.
I feel that way.
right? They'll get in a little maybe pushing match, maybe a little scuffle for the live crowd, and that's it. And you got to come back on Monday. You got to come back on Friday. You got to sit at the edge of your seat. And again, it wasn't the heftiest situations, but it's the next escalation. Cody answers back, clap. Now we got two huge WrestleMania matches. And I don't care what anyone says.
Well, and even then, you've got the whole tease of you're going to let Seth answer for you. And we didn't even get a true response to that. We got the second Dwayne started digging into, you're the youngest of three, right? I was like, oh, we're going into the family shit. So I expect a slap in 3, 2. Yeah. So I get it. I'm just, again, you of all people, though, can't be the one who your gimmick is be greedy and just telling people just patience.
Because again,
this is you doing a heel turn. You've gone full blame. You sold out.
This is meticulous greed, because I know at the end of this trail, I get all the things. I get to indulge fully when we get to the end of this path. So I'll follow along if I know, like, you'll talk me into a van if you got some candy. Like, I will follow. You just have to, promise me more.
To be candy, maybe just a donut or something.
I got kidnapped like 3 times as a kid because, candy, let's go.
They just kept dropping your ass back off.
Yeah, they're like, get rid of this kid.
Where 6 a.m.
All he wants to talk about is wrestling. What the fuck?
he keeps trying to show us how to do a collar and elbow tie up.
I'm calling it The Rock will cost Roman the match at Mania. Either by hook or by crook, either straight up or by accident kind of idea. Like, but I really do think they're like, it's all kind of nicely done, guys. And I know people, you're just marking out. I'm supposed to mark out. This is why we're fans. They planted the seeds between Seth and Cody, planted the seeds between Rock and Roman. They've got all the seeds planted between the rivalry that exists between the Samoans and the non-Samoans. Like it's all layered and it's done well and it's cliffhangers and it's over the top and it's great. And everybody in that building were standing on their feet for all of it.
Oh, absolutely. And when did it become a bad thing to enjoy things? Like, when did we become so, dejected as a society that what, you're happy? Fuck you. You shouldn't be happy. No, that was good. I just want more of it. It's one of those, and like I said, it's the best thing that you can have right now in wrestling. They're on a record of selling out venue after venue after venue. They've got nothing but buzz across the board here. Mm-hmm. To where they leave you to the point to where you're mad because you didn't get everything. You want more. You got to tune in next week. And it's not in a matter of like, well, you just missed the whole good parts. No, we were getting there. We were good. So you want to come back to the restaurant next week and make sure you get the next, fucking course.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, again, if you think about it like this, you ever catch a new banger and it comes on and you're fucking bopping. Next thing it's over and you're like, oh, wait, that's it? That was the whole song? Rewind. Oh, I know, for the replay, right? And you play it again. That's what this kind of feels like, of like, oh, man, they were just about to get into it. Bastards. Yeah, it sucks because we want it all now. But as far as making people buy tickets, they got a sold-out show next Friday. They're going to keep selling out. We got Mania coming, and it's cooking.
Remember when music artists used to drop singles instead of whole albums at a time?
Yes.
That's the thing is with this. If they dropping singles out here, they just feeding the streets. They dropping them hot 16s out there, on Sway or Shade in the Morning, everything like that on the Breakfast Club. Yeah. And so, damn, I can't wait till they drop the album. Guess what? The album's WrestleMania. So strap the fuck on and strap the fuck in.
100%, man. And again, I love wrestling fans. I really do. But yeah, just patience. They're gonna feed us, birdies.
Your gimmick is be greedy, though. Like, you, respectfully, all people.
Listen, I'm eating all this shit up. Don't worry, I'm greedy all the way along. I'm waiting for the payoff.
You're like Hugh Hefner out there being a fucking being in a Trojan advertisement there.
Hugh Hefner had no idea what those things were. Let's be real. Now trending: Cody Rhodes' sister, Dallas Cowboys. What? What'd I miss?
I didn't catch the whole thing, but yeah, there might have been The stars at night, and maybe something else spreads at night,
Right.
deep in the heart of Texas.
Right. It's almost like they want us to tune in on Monday. It's
Oh,
almost.
imagine that.
Maybe.
But wait, there's
There's
more.
more. Right? That's what it feels like. I have to give kudos where it's due, guys. And listen, all I can tell you is what I'm feeling as a wrestling fan sitting here in front of you right now. And if I wasn't in front of you, I was very happy
I
with how
might be
all that
behind
played
you.
out. Yeah, right. I mean, you have all that energy in the building. That's what I love. Like when I watch old wrestling and I see people going berserk and losing their minds, I think too much in nowadays we've lost our imagination. We lost our propensity to dive into things like this and just enjoy it. And to me, that if you go back to all the things that got built up, you didn't build up Hogan and Andre with matches. You didn't build up, Roddy and Hogan or any of those classic rivalries. Even The Rock, Cena, you waited a fucking year to get the payoff. That's how it's supposed to be for the big time shit. Is you're not getting it all. We're gonna escalate and we're gonna get there when we need to get there.
Well, and again, for wrestling fans like us, and probably a good chunk of our audience and everything, of wrestling fans of a certain vintage, we've been here before. We're out here looking at the fans that are on Twitter of like, I can't believe they fucking did this. And you're just looking at them like the Franco meme of first time.
First time?
Like it is a little bit of that of, I'm just personally glad. I know I'm the one of give me more and all of that, but I'm glad we're getting back into wrestling has become must-see viewing. Where rather than announce we're going to have a run over, rather than give you a payoff. So, hey, we're going to build up all the way on Friday. So guess what? Now you got to sit there and fucking stew for 2 days. Remember being, preteen and all of that. So we'd have to sit there and just stew.
And we didn't have the
even
internet.
have SmackDown barely then. You'd have to sit there and stew for a fucking week from one Raw or one Nitro to the next week.
Remember when they had Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown? You had to wait
on UPN, and you were lucky if you could find it.
And we didn't have the spoilers. We didn't have all the stories. We had to wait like motherfuckers.
Right. But that's the thing is that's what this is. So now you've got nothing but 2 days of discourse, 2 days of people doing nothing but talk about it because you've got nothing else for them to talk about. Right. It's so captivating that you got to talk about it.
Right. And just so everyone out there knows, we take a rating out of 10 at the end of every show. Want to know what everyone out there thinks of SmackDown? What a weird SmackDown because it disappeared for me. Like it just happened. And then the ending was really solid, but the show wasn't bad.
Was just that segment, right?
Kind of, right? Fuck. But we do have Sacrifice on as well. We will have Rampage on, kind of.
I have Rampage on. We've got OC and Beretta taking on Kip Sabian and the Butcher there.
The tournament? Or is this just like
I don't know, and quite frankly, I don't care.
AEW wishes they could tell stories this good. WWE didn't even need any blood or thumbtacks. I mean, again, that's what we need to understand is when we see that 3 million people, around 3 million, I'm just ballparking, but somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 million people tuned in tonight to watch that. I can almost guarantee it. And then you look at Wednesday and everyone's going, well, this was one of the matches of the year, one of the best matches you're ever going to see, but 600,000-ish people were watching it. That's a big difference, guys. Those fans are out there. Those people who are watching are out there, but you're not pulling them in. And you got to find out what you're doing wrong and what they're doing right. And I'm sorry. They have everybody. This ride to WrestleMania has been fun. Better than last year's. Probably better than the year before's. This has been good.
No, I was going to say shit of, we've seen it, our content creators and everything like that may have more subscribers, this, that, the third, and everything like that, but they tune in here because you got to pull the fuckers in and everything. Just saying, you can talk a big game, but you need to back it up. And 100%, you got to talk that talk and walk that walk, and that's 100% what WWE is doing right now.
Right. Oh, I like that move. Jordan Grace set up Zaya in like the code. And she wins. Set her up in the code red and then clotheslined her into it. That was amazing. But Jordan Grace, still your TNA Knockout Women's Champion.
Oh,
it's 9 out of 10 for SmackDown.
Wow. So yeah, Tasha Steelz busted open, by the way, and
Yeah.
she literally clotheslined her so hard that she hit a code red on Zaya Brookside,
Yeah.
and then turns around and picks up the 1-2-3.
Looking like a beast. And Ash got bumped by Zaya. That's part of the story here. Is Ash by Elegance looks to be heading towards a rivalry or an issue with Zaya Brookside. Great
Interesting
promo.
that she's not going directly at the world title, but I'll give her that. That's to me, that's developed there. Stay in your lane.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like. Rock killing it on the mic. You can't take anything away from him. And they've played right into the internet audience. They've played right into the Cody Crybabies. They've played right into everything. I think they're doing it well. I think if you just sit back and enjoy wrestling and you don't have this mentality that if my favorite wrestling isn't on TV, whatever wrestling is on TV sucks, and just sit back and go, wow, this is really entertaining. You take it in and enjoy it.
Yeah, we try that with the other one, and we try and take it in, and just sometimes it ain't that great. But
I like this. How did Cody and Seth escape a room guarded by 10 security workers? Good question. They all went for a drink at the same time.
El Chapo,
Right.
just dig a ton. Cody Dufresne crawled through 10 miles.
9 out of 10. Y'all see The Rock and Cody slap each other. That's how you need to slap like that. Subscribe. Oh, slap that like, subscribe, and share button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Slap a friend like Rock slap Cody and Duck. There you go. We appreciate it, Mana.
Duck Goose.
Damn it, Fox. Thumbs
No,
up.
what it is they used that comforter that was on the back of Seth,
Right.
and they just did that to drape down the fucking
That's exactly what it was.
everything.
So, Under Siege, Friday, May 30th. We will be here live for another triple header.
Right.
There you go. There you go.
But
Perfect
so
10.
Your rating, sir, on Friday Night Smackdown.
Just like the good old days, 7 out of 10. Dude, it's a tough one to rate. I didn't much love Karrion and Bobby, but tonight was such a blink. The ending was fun as shit. Feel like I'm gonna give this show an 8 because it just happened. Like it everything just happened. Like even the bad stuff happened. Like nothing dragged. Nothing.
I feel like I gotta call a spade here, and I gave, I believe, Dynamite a 7. I'll give this a 7.5.
Okay.
Just on the simple fact of, like you were even saying there, of everything was great. We had tippy time, we had good shit, but nothing mattered until the end. And one good segment, one good match does not a good show make. So
Yeah.
I will still play part for the course here, and I'll give it a 7.5.
Yeah, and I get that. I get that because, like I said, I'm a bit conflicted. It was a weird show in the sense of there were really parts of it that didn't quite do much, but I feel like the opening tag match, like the promo with Logan was good. The whole tag match with Randy and KO was good. Everything was good. It was a very solid night. So yeah, I can definitely be in that solid range for this eve.
Yeah.
Why don't they let Dustin be with Cody's corner for Mania? That'd be great. I'm all for it.
A-dub. There you go.
I love that Rock called him a future Hall of Famer, as he should.
Oh, absolutely. This man could Christ just be a fucking 2-time Hall of Famer just between Goldust and Dustin.
Right. Finish your wrestling saying, I think Roman wins against Cody and Drew beats Seth. Priest cashes in on Drew. Roman attacks Rock after the tag team match. So it'll set up their match. A lot of that's possible. Maybe not the Damian thing. I don't think that happens at Mania. I think they might save that. But Seth could lose to Drew. Roman, I still think Roman's winning, dude.
Oh, I'm kind of there, but yeah, you had me in the first half with that. Maybe not so much in the second half there.
B+ out of A-.
And what is an improper fraction?
Right. When do we get Jay and Jimmy promo mentioning the bloodline? In due time. I think we're good. They've already set it up at some point. Like Jay's got to just be like, I've had enough. So that's coming.
Does Roman ever try to call on Jay I think that's more when we get to the Dwayne Roman story.
Maybe.
Isolates or insulates himself, I should say.
Mhm.
You bring in a J, you bring in probably more Samoans. 1, little 2, little 3, little 4, 4, little 5, little 6, little 5, 2.
Right. As we do have Eric Young coming out to the ring, folks, as we continue to watch Sacrifice. So the main event, I imagine. Yes. Main event.
I would assume.
Dukes and EY making SmackDown great again. 9 out of 10 and no glass. No fan claims. You hear this? They're refusing fan liability claims after. And I feel like some heavy podcasters have been saying this for years of like one day they're going to fuck up and their fans are going to start suing. And now they're putting up like, warning, you might get hit with shit.
Right. Again, I know some AW fans probably might not be at that level to where they can understand that. That's not legally binding. We're not, hashtag not sponsored, but we might know a guy or two that could help you, named Stephen Pinu, that if he can get Punk and Ace Steel out of his AW situations, he might be able to help you out with your AW situations. Because that, just throwing up a fucking buffer and a warning, a generic ass warning, is not legally binding.
No. And I don't know about there, but I know a lot of like when you go to events here, there's the disclaimers on the ticket of like, we are not responsible for blah 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 blah. But I don't know how far that goes where you are within the reasonable confines of expectation. So now, very interesting if they get, if they get, go.
No, I was just going to make the joke of, do you have many events, though, that don't have the plexiglass and the ice on there and everything?
That's not a wrestling event right now. Right now, I got some wrestling in Canada.
There you go.
But and I mean, there are signs at arenas of like, watch out for pucks because we know people have been taken out by them.
Yeah, well, that's a fucking interesting statistic that I want to figure out. What's the number of people that have been taken out by pucks more than foul balls?
Foul balls, I think, is leading the way. Now, I know MLB and NHL eventually put up some safety net. The big one, I think, was it Dallas? The lady in Dallas, she died, and that was a big deal. T's and P's. But yeah, that was a big deal. She got caught with a puck.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, wait, hold on. You can't say Dallas, like that's multiple sports. Like it's a stray fucking free throw or something. Like what happened?
An air ball took me out.
Right. Someone was going for a half court shot and it went full court.
7 or 8 overall, I guess. AEW Watch and Learn, WWE %.
Okay. Bro, this guy coming out with full big moose energy because does your moose hang low? Does it wobble to and fro? Can you tie it in a knot? Can you tie it in a bow?
You throw it on your shoulder.
Over your shoulder like a continental soldier.
Rampage. That will put butts in seats. What's on Rampage right now? I haven't even turned it on yet.
Commercial.
The best part. With tag match on Saturday, both Mania title will be defended on Sunday night too. Again, and I think on paper that would be your night 1 and night 2 main event tag team match, Roman match. Right?
Does this differentiate though? Because we've had it, I think, the past 2 years. I want to say when they really switched to the hardcore like 2-night manias. Mm-hmm. Night 1's almost at times overshadowed night 2. Now this is almost your pre-show for night 2.
Yeah, a bit. I kind of got that vibe to it, and we'll see what else fills out some of this card. But yeah, I mean, a very big potential that you have the tag match main event night 1, and then you have the
bookend it with world title matches.
Yeah, well, you technically could do it. I'm just wondering how they would do it.
Do you overshadow both women's matches though? Well, get ready with the pitchforks and the torches.
That's just the way it is, my guy. We said this last year when a lot of people got upset about the tag match being the main event, and I said it, and I'll stand by it. Your most powerful storylines take up the main event spots. This isn't, again, this lack of merit in system, it doesn't comprehend for me. So if it's the biggest storylines go in the biggest spots, period. Well, but I don't care.
I get the distinction of a main event spot. Obviously, CM Punk's made a career on it. Mm-hmm. But also, you don't have to be in the main event spot to have the best match. And we've seen that. That's the thing is most of the
no.
people that are the ones that are up the arms and the pitchforks and the torches about it are the other 3-letter company fan base and everything that has no main events, just goes on strictly what's the best match and everything.
Yeah. No, and that's the way it is. And again, we growing up saw a lot of guys that we might have liked more than the people that were in the main event, but they went on third, fourth, fifth, and they put on bangers, and that's what you're supposed to do. This whole but everyone's got to be relaxed. There's a line. There's a line.
Hogan Rock is the best example, I think, of all time there.
Yep. I want Jordan Grace in WWE yesterday. Stay tuned.
Right. So I've got EY versus Moose right now. So let us know who you're taking.
Moose getting worked out on the outside of the ring. I think we're more likely to get The Rock versus either Cody or Seth. One-on-one at Backlash. Potential. We'll see. It all depends on how it all comes together now.
Right.
MD. LOL. WWE has longevity and therefore name recognition. That's the biggest part of their success. But they are not doing anything groundbreaking with their stories or wrestlers. I would completely disagree. And we're watching it happen right in front of our very eyes. We even watch guys like Rock learn. He could have just kept it old school, but he's cutting promos on TikTok for a reason. He's cutting promos on Twitter for a reason. So, yeah, there is an evolution there. And just saying that their name value, they are filling big buildings regardless of the name value. And 5 years in, the longevity storyline from the sympathizers is starting to fail because 5 years in, you should have built some stars by now. You got to have some name recognition. Plus, you brought in name recognition. You got Jericho. You got Edge. You got Moxley. You brought in. I thought the Young Bucks were the biggest stars in the world. I thought Kenny was the biggest guy in the world.
Sure as fuck paying them like they are.
So you can't use that excuse because the blanket statement's inaccurate.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Dave Meltzer. They're real. But it's still one of those of you at times when it comes to certain things, especially in pro wrestling, like we're not blind, we're not deaf, we're not dumb, like just wrestling fans as a whole. Like when you start to say stuff that's blindly ignorant and ignoring things, you just literally become that. You seem ignorant and tone deaf.
Yeah, it's the goalpost moving, right? It's the changing the narrative to fit your narrative.
But it's goalpost moving in a hockey game type of shit. It's one of those that's so fucking disconnected,
right?
That it seems so like you're reaching and grasping at straws that I just need to find something to be mad about when you don't need to. Just take your own advice that you try and pass on to everybody and shut up, enjoy wrestling.
Enjoy it. I mean, what was bad about that? What was, that's not groundbreaking. I don't know. I mean, you sold out the building, got everyone standing on your feet. And a good old story of good versus evil, bad guys versus good guys. Everybody's into it. It's box office. So how do we take it's not groundbreaking. Well, what needs to be groundbreaking? Do we need some sheets of glass out here? Do we need some thumbtacks? Do we need what? Do we need guys in funny frilly suits? Oh, we kind of got that. Never mind.
Well, no, it's because they don't take shots at AEW like AEW takes shots at WWE.
9.5 for me as Moose all over EY.
As we've got Julia versus one of the Riot sisters. I can't remember the name. Mm-hmm. We've gone from box office to straight to DVD. I feel a wee bit.
Say that again.
Talking about going from WWE of right now what I'm watching on Rampage. I said we've gone from box office to straight to DVD. We've gone from fucking Hollywood premiere to Walmart $5 bin.
Yeah.
And I say that with all due respect because it's the presentation. It's you can't sit there and try and shit on one and then this is your counter argument.
Here's let me give everyone a kind of a rude awakening a little bit. WCW in the day was in the toilet. It was shit. Mm-hmm. It was sucking. Not many people gave a fuck about it, and Hulk Hogan and Macho Man and the WWF were running the wrestling world. And then when they introduced the NWO, it didn't take 5 years. It took minutes for them to get hot and turn it around. So again, you can make all the excuses you want in the world, but if you were putting on hot product that people can't miss, your audience would grow, not shrink.
I always like the whole bold strategy, Cotton, of you know how you grow a fan base is tell them what they're watching. They're ignorant and they don't understand good wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's how you
exactly.
really get them to appreciate what they're
Mhm.
watching is
Well,
tell
you
them
saw
they're fucking stupid.
you saw it with O'Shea, right? He has no hate, he has no allegiance to a company, but as a fan, he depicted what bothered him. And me as a fan, I get it. I like, what the fuck?
But that's the thing is he's vocalizing what a lot of us have said, what we've both said on the channel is we want you to be good. We want this. We want the wars. We want
Yeah.
literally the fucking both promotions. We want a competition because trust me, as especially a sports fans, whether it be NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, etc., when you have at times, one isolated thing, you get a monopoly and it becomes stale.
Mhm,
So we want that competition, but when one guy's out there,
mhm.
playing Black Knight of, he's got no arms and no legs and tis but a flesh wound, we're like, my guy, maybe fucking fix yourself here.
And again, it doesn't mean like, wow, they're killing it. Doesn't mean that your favorite show sucks, regardless. I mean, if you like it, great. But that's what I find very interesting of it's not exactly what like it's just enjoy. There, like what we said about Bray Wyatt and everyone talking about the Hall of Fame. Just it's a good moment. Be
It's
happy.
the lack of objectifying, or that's a terrible way to say it. I was trying what I'm trying to say of to where you can't separate anything of like we watch AW and want AW to be good on AW. We don't
Mhm,
critique it of like, well, it's not this, so it should
mhm.
be this. Of no, well, they're doing that, so it could be, or like this is how you could do it. People will hate watch WWE, or I don't want to say anyone hate watches TNA, but will watch it just on the simple fact of, well, it's not AW, so it sucks. Like where's your Meltzer 5 stars? Oh fuck, fucking Zach Knight is here. Jesus.
Man, I can't wait. I can't freaking wait for WrestleMania. Yeah, I would say 100,000 plus people can't wait to get in that building and blow it out. I know we're gonna have fun during our Mania marathon, dude. I mean, the build's good, and every little bit. I mean, now we're building up
Who the
Randy.
fuck are these guys?
uh,
Bro, this is like the most, if you were to have an NXT thing. And so I guess Soraya's brother's gimmick is just he loses his shit over nothing and just
yeah,
chops people. Like this is
yeah.
the most intense human being in an unintense situation.
100%.
Like that man should be institutionalized. I can
Right?
say words
It
instead
that's
of
what happens.
incentivized.
That's what happens when you get emasculated publicly by your sister. You just get rage.
For fucking your whole life, I feel like
Facts.
that man's got like 20 some odd years of pent up rage just waiting to fucking unleash.
2 count by Moose. WWE is the most well-oiled machine in the world of pro wrestling sports entertainment. They're able to tell captivating stories in a weekly format across the board, 3 different shows. And I would argue, especially nowadays, they are delivering a lot of good shit in the ring. It's clean, it's
Mhm.
crisp, and I'm enjoying the matches. I'm enjoying the rivalries. In a lot, they're not perfect. And when they're not perfect, we sit here and we bust them up for it. But at the end of the day, man, I mean, I walk away from a show like tonight going, that's why I'm a wrestling fan. As a middle-aged man, that is why I still enjoy wrestling.
Yeah, y'all are critiquing now. Y'all weren't here when it was the best of time, and well, when it was really the blurst of times, when we were like, just what the fuck are they doing when you're struggling to get through
Oh
3 hours of
yeah,
Raw?
go
Like,
back and
remember when Brawny the Strong Man was world champion and taking on the Miz at pay-per-views and shit? That's where we were at. So thank you, Roman. Thank you, Dwayne. Thank you, Cody, all of that shit. Thank you, Hunter.
right. Are you familiar with John Pollock? Sounds familiar, but not the name that jumps out. I'd have to see it. Find him underrated member of the Wrestling Journal. Oh, we got a lot of good Canadians, and Canadians do really love wrestling, and we produce a lot of really good wrestlers.
And you say sorry a lot. I don't know.
Sorry?
I just felt like I needed to contribute there.
Sorry? Nick Rob heard around the world, shocked the entire world of pro wrestling. The NWO angle shifted the tide of WCW. Yeah, not in years. They had a plan. They signed some people, and when they brought in new talent, they made it count. They capitalized on the name value. The biggest problem with AEW will always be the Jerichos, the Bucks, the ones that are holding the company back because of their fragile egos. More, if you come in as a superstar, you get treated like a superstar. I hope they get it right with Ospreay. I hope they get it right with Okada. I don't know if they started off the best with Okada, but we'll find out. And I hope they get it right with the Mercedes. I really do. I'm hoping for them to figure it out.
I'm just so personally sick of the fucking. Well, no. Well, you mentioned even with WCW of like even a guy like Eric Bischoff, who literally has been in the exact same situations, has been in that exact same, rooms and gone through all of that. But this whole narrative that's out there that you can't say anything negative about AEW. Christ, we could look at it of even almost how Kevin Kelly got fired. You said something negative about Rick Caboni. You did the same thing your boss did, but fuck you. You said something negative about the company, and you don't write the checks. You cash the checks, so you're fired. This whole you can't say anything negative about AEW without you just hate it. No, sometimes you need to tell your homie when they're fucking up.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, at the end of the day, like with the analytics that exist out there as far as ticket sales and TV ratings,
right?
Some people out there, and I'm not saying everybody, but as you're watching these numbers dwindle, it's like you're on the Titanic, it's filling up with water, and you're like, we're fine. We're fine. No, what do you mean sinking? Like,
we have enough lifeboats.
Yeah, right. You're watching a show, and in the arena, there's clearly not that many people there. And we know what AEW used to like. It's not that don't compare AEW to WWE. I'm comparing them to themselves, and they're not as good as they once was. Shout out Toby.
Right. Well, yeah. And even Christ, now they tried to going back and reinvent themselves again. If we go back to the tunnels, we go back to the colorways and the rainbow warriors and shit, all of that well, now we're just going to try and do what we did before that was working, because clearly what we're doing now ain't working. As KJ's taking a pause and not working. But yeah, that's really what it is. There is potential. It's, can they really capitalize it? Like I said, we get potentially down the road an Okada Omega 5. We get Danielson versus Ospreay. We get Christ and Eddie versus Okada. I know most people won't like it, but I'll like it because it's an Eddie match. We get another or straight up singles match between Swerve and Joe. There's the potential to have some really great matches. But as far as a collective, a fully fleshed out, infallible company, AEW ain't it. And that's, to me, is the blissful ignorance is off-putting a bit. As EY with a Death Valley driver, I feel, pro two count as I'm in picture right now on Rampage, as I've got Action Ready taking on Penta. We've still got the main event right now of Sacrifice going on between EY, Eric Young, and Moose. And we've already seen 2 upsets, I feel, on Sacrifice. So could we see a third here? And we get, we got new tag team champions amongst the system, but Moose loses his championship. It'd be interesting. Have you read this one? Well, I just did. So there you go. It's horrible that Chris Jericho's on commentary for Rampage. That's why I keep that audio off, and why you should keep their audio off and just listen to us as well. Because we'll actually tell you what's really going on versus, sitting there telling you about his latest cruise and what have you. Regal over Ray. Okay, hey, what do you say? Mr. Quake just out there just throwing out words. You guys watching Level Up or Rampage? I mean, we're technically watching Rampage, but I mean, aren't they kind of halfway one and the same, just different promotions? I think, is Level Up still only available on Hulu? I feel like that's where it's at. But yeah, we're watching AEW Level Up, also known as Rampage, as sit out powerbomb for Moose for a 1-2 kick out, kick out. We've also got Sacrifice going on as well here, folks. TK is a matchmaker, not a booker, fags. Again, we found the petition out there. We've got, all of our, socials and everything down there before that. Tony, if you need some help, if you, we didn't win an Emmy or anything, but we can help you write some creative wrestling here. Sorry, Nick, that last one wasn't for you. Well, if you want to make sure you get to your comments to where you read us and help, or we read you, I said that all backwards, and it helps support the channel and everything like that. We do have the super chats, the super stickers as well. Yes, Mac, Sacrifice, not the Creed song, not, all of that, but TNA Sacrifice, as we've got throwing hand spot between Moose and EY. I'm joking around about wrestling. I think you're just saying words, my guy. But, I mean, if you think they're jokes, whatever appeases you, I guess. TK isn't Mrs. Doubtfire? Hello. TNA didn't capitalize on their momentum correctly after Scott D'Amore got fired. Anthem needs to bring D'Amore back to TNA. Well, we could see, hey, what do you say? But I at least... EY turns this man inside out with a clothesline. I at least like that we haven't gone down to, the ship is sailing. There was KJ out there thinking that we were going to pile driver from EY, but that we were going to have a walkout. We weren't even going to get really any of a hard to kill or anything because nobody would have showed up and we would have just had them, hijack the show here. So I'm at least glad to see that we're giving it a chance. We haven't, seemed to fully have lost a step here. Christ, we were talking about how part of the alleged story was that they weren't going to open the pocket strings. They weren't willing to spend what D'Amore was willing to spend, yet they turned around and just signed Hammerstone. I'm still waiting for them to sign Mustafa Ali. So I think there might be more to the story than's been led on, and it might have just been a disagreement on personal or on company directions here. But yeah, I would still like Scott D'Amore to be involved. I think he was the heartbeat of that company, but I don't think that they've lost this big step that we all thought they were gonna. Has TK done a walk by fruiting? It was a run by fruiting, but now I'll just think of all of Robin Williams' impressions of, Figaro. Want to see me doing my impression
Figaro.
of
What's up?
What up? Wait, Sacrifice is on tonight, 24. Yeah. I can tell you just got here because clearly it's right above that man's head. And we've been talking about it for going on 3 hours now. So yes, sir.
Did the main event end? Yeah.
No, it's still going.
Oh.
Yeah, we've got probably, I think, the main events on both shows. Potentially.
Oh, there you go.
Or no, we didn't have the multi-person tag match, I feel yet.
Right.
But we've got a poison runner from Andretti onto Penta, as we've got boots on the outsides back and forth here between EY and Moose.
Damian saying, I'm enjoying Sacrifice more than I enjoyed Revolution. Yeah, I mean, Sacrifice has been solid. Absolutely solid. Great matches. Great story tied into the matches. I'm really enjoying Sacrifice.
Yeah, to put it on that level, I'd probably have to rewatch it when I'm not watching 2 other shows.
Speaking of, shut up, Larry. WWE strapped in easy.
2.
You know. If you know. Nick knows what he's saying. There you go. Knows what.
Oh, strapped in madness. I can snap at any moment. Man's pulling out battle rap lines. I like
right.
It. Shout out, I guess, New Jersey Twerk.
You get updated on Level Up? What?
Well, no, because someone was asking if we were watching Level Up or Rampage, and I was like, well, aren't they kind of one of the same, just
I
for a
don't
different
know.
company?
Oh, here comes the system as we got a tope. No, I mean, dude, I'm happy. Like, I mean, I'm enjoying what we're getting. And I think more wrestling fans need to find a way to enjoy, honestly. I mean, and again, I saw some people instantly online. That's really where you're going to end the show? Suck it up. Suck it up. You didn't get all you wanted. Boo hoo.
But no, I think the visceral reaction, and it's a justified reaction. It's not one of those of like, really? CMLL? That's where you're going to end the show? But it's one of those, Cody just slapped the taste out of The Rock, and he's kind of smirking. That's where you end the show? That's a good cliffhanger. That's, you know, on the next time of as The Rock turns.
The same people bitching tonight were the people that were justifying Sting's farewell being cut off. Help me understand.
I feel I'm the opposite because I hated that, and I'm trying to
No,
justify
to
this,
me,
and I'm trying to do it politely here. So I'm like,
oh, someone just, who was that just dumped EY? Oh, Kazarian. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, and I missed the suspension of wrestling. Yeah, that's what I want. I want it's peak soap opera. Absolutely. It's big, muscly soap opera if done properly.
Well, to have that crossover, that bleed over amongst real life and kayfabe. Kayfabe is alive and well, folks.
I feel like we should start like a wrestling IQ university. Like we can educate fans on how
we got the poll and everything, or with the members and everything of what do we need to start we called it, we're allegedly going to call it the Microwave Society. Do we need to call it the kayfabe community or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. Like, I mean, again, it's just like you watching all these old biographies and all these documentaries and all these rival episodes, and you see how they did it. Like fans nowadays wouldn't tolerate these storylines that went for 13, 14, 15 months. Oh, same people again. Like I said, when Bret Hart and Austin were feuding, every time Bret Hart had a match, it got fucked up by Austin. Austin would just show up and start punching him. You couldn't do anything if you were Bret Hart for months. It wasn't just once, it was all the time.
Theoretically, the Rock Austin thing went all the way from almost WrestleMania 14 to WrestleMania 17 before it got a true conclusion or anything like that. So that's 3 to 4 years. And no one would have survived that now.
No, like one of my favorite things ever, as the EY takes the loss, the system leaving a sacrifice with all the gold.
You called it.
Yeah. But you look at like even the end of an era, you over 4 manias, you had the same people involved as far as Taker, Triple H, Michaels in some way, shape, or form. And that's a 4-year fucking story they finished. Like,
and the only builds were around Mania.
Yeah.
They didn't build it the whole year. They only built it around Mania. You had the moment where you had it's all about the game and comes out there and stares at Taker and no one cuts his promo. No one says a line. No one says anything. They just stare at the sign and then establish where we're at. And then we got everything with Shawn and all of that.
100%. So, yeah, I mean, people got to understand, like, that's how this goes. Like, you got your answer. We're going to get a tag match. We got the slap. Now, what comes next?
I'm going to tell you what comes next.
Uh-oh. Nick vanishes. Poof. Kayfabe community, make the t-shirt. I'll buy one. Scott, I'll write that one down. I like that one. We're working on a few new t-shirts. Makes sense. Now I see Wrestling for Life. Undertaker, all 4 Evolution members. Facts. Nick, there's a troll in the swamp. There's a troll in the swamp. What are we going to do? But folks, TNA just went off the air. Rampage is still rolling / our Smackdown post show. So if you're just tuning in, get in the chat. Let us know what's on your mind. We will be back tomorrow for Collision. It's going to be a fun one tomorrow night. But lots going on here at the channel. And again, folks, we watch more live wrestling than anyone else out there. We've already been live over 3 hours tonight, and we're sticking around to finish up some Rampage. So yeah, thank you for being here. Thank you for making us a part of your weekend. And I hope you guys are enjoying the show. 9 out of 10, great TNA. I'm kind of with you, Aaron. 8.5, 9. There wasn't much on TNA, and I know I got distracted at times, but everything banged. Every match was a great match. Robert saying 8.5 out of 10 for SmackDown, 8 out of 10. Sorry, 8.5 out of 10 for TNA, 8 out of 10. There you go. Robert, an AEW faithful, giving love to the other two companies. I love seeing that. I love an honest opinion. 9 out of 10 for TNA. Next up is the furniture moving Tom baby, if you will. Yeah, pretty much. 9.5. I'm a troll. Yeah. Well, hi. But yeah, no, I was all for it. I'm really happy with that.
There you go. There you go. Sorry.
There we go. Welcome back.
Yes. Major calls. I had to take the collect charges there.
Right. There you go. But we got Keith Lee with Commander.
Bounty Keith, not Keith Lee.
Brian Keith. I said Keith Lee, yeah, Bounty.
Yeah, Keith Lee. I'm like, oh, what now?
Interesting. But yeah, I mean, overall, happy with TNA, happy with SmackDown tonight. 2 enjoyable shows. Both went fast. The night has flown by. A quick 3 hours in the books.
Mm-hmm.
And again, awesome enough. We got about 15 minutes left and we're out. So what the night cooked, Friday cooked.
That's the thing is, it's now even interesting if you go back and look at Revolution, and I know it was 5 hours or so, but boy, how did it feel like it kind of dragged a wee bit there.
What?
Revolution.
Oh, Revolution dragged. It did. And again, I'm not picking on AEW. I'm just calling it the way I enjoy it. And I might not be right. I might not have the same taste as someone else. But, people talked about Eddie and Daniel, and it was slow. That opening tag match was slow, and it wasn't aggressive. It was clunky. And the Christian match wasn't great with Daniel Garcia. The first 4 matches didn't give you anything. There was no ebb and flow to it. It was just going through the motions. There was no up. There was no down. They weren't uber exciting matches. And I would challenge anybody, go back and watch those matches and tell me what I missed, because the matches didn't cook. Then they got the final 3 matches and they cooked. They were great. That's where Revolution was for me.
Well, and you even talked about how the whole Sting went over thing or went under.
Right.
When it comes to time, and that's where I kind of personally lost my mind. You could have cut out that Meat Madness fucking all-star Grand Slam scramble there and completely been fine with it. What on SmackDown tonight? If we're going to, comparatively want to make more time for The Rock to go, what will we have cut out of SmackDown? I don't think there would have been, there's not many candidates that are, you would think of, oh, well, we could do without that.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I think this is a triple threat tag match.
Yes, sir.
How did Bounty Keith, the quicker picker-upper, end up with Commander?
Because we have nothing else for you, sir. So please take your complimentary Commander at the door, because all he knows is how to walk across the ropes and hit moonsaults and shit.
What they should do? Make Keith and Adam Page a tag team. I'll buy that. I'll get behind Hangman and
Bounty Hunter and the Cowboy. One's been suspended indefinitely.
Right? The Hangman and the Bounty Hunter. It goes well together.
What is Desperado? What is, why am I thinking of Wyatt Earp and shit like that? I think they're just going with Brian Keith, Bounty Hunter, the Southern, part of the U.S. gimmick, Commander, Luchador, Southern part of the U.S. gimmick. Let's pair that shit together.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, they both like enchiladas. Put them on a team. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Taco burrito. But we're getting
what?
the debut of the Elite with
Yes, tomorrow.
Okada and the Bucks tomorrow.
Facts.
An Atlanta street fight with the House of Black versus Mark Briscoe and the Jared Appreciation Society.
Maybe I'm getting old, dude, but I'm kind of street fighted, fucking death matched, just out of fucking energy with this shit. Tornado tagged it. I'm done with like every fucking week. It's some type of no DQ. Let's just destroy the place match, and they're getting boring.
You're more Dirty Harry out there, just black. I'm selling my shit this way. I got time to fight.
Right. At least Julia Hart was on an episode of Rampage, I guess.
So we're applauding that your TBS Women's Champion was used on TV.
Right.
That's an applaudable offense for AEW is that they used their champion. Right. What in the fucking golden sticker on the forehead type of shit was that?
I love that this reference of it sounds like Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Yes, let's go. Brian Keith and Repo Man as a trio. So there you go.
And the lightning strike. Dun, dun, dun.
Right. But we are in picture on Rampage, ladies and gentlemen. And get in that chat. If you're still here, don't let Mr. Quake do all the talking. What are you thinking? What stood out from SmackDown for you? If you watched Impact, what are you excited about? And what are you enjoying on Rampage right now? Pause on the Repo Man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like a lot of people, I saw mixed reviews. Like some people thought, like, oh, Tony Khan nailed the first ever show. I mean, I would like to see if you're gonna make a big deal about your season premiere and talk about all this stuff that's gonna happen and your big new signing comes in. I really want them to be 900,000 to 1 million viewers. Like to see that they're regressing the way they are, it does concern me because if they ever did lose their TV rights, it's a problem.
I feel like Tony Khan is sacrificing the build for debuts and everything like that. And I know it's a terrible pun there with mentioning Sacrifice right now while we were watching Sacrifice. But would rather try and get views off of the surprise than the build of rather than sell you on the fact that Okada and Ospreay are going to be there and this, that, and the third and everything, like especially an Okada debut, what have you.
Right.
I'd rather hope that there's enough buzz that they tune in, but that's the thing is people aren't catching the buzz and then instantly clicking over. They'll catch it on the replay, they'll catch it on the rebound versus you tell them to show up. Appointment booking and appointment creative is a thing that's missing entirely in AEW. Build the show like it's you are supposed to tune in.
You got to make things must see. If people can just get clips of it and be satisfied, I'm convinced people don't watch the entire shows. They just watch the stuff they like and then tell you how amazing the show was.
Well, I mean, the quarter hours would show that, but we don't want to talk about ratings because that might hurt people's feelings when they realize they suck.
They're not good. Yeah, I mean, again, I got hope. Like there's a lot of good pieces here. I'm curious about big business and how that's going to play out. I'm trying to hold the fort, and it's just been a bit of a grind.
Yeah, so it's too hard to be out there of Hodor.
But I mean, again, they have a lot of potential. And I know people say, well, they're just new. They've only been around 5. But the problem is they were way more successful. Guys, put it in context. If this channel, we just celebrated our 2nd-year birthday. If we were still talking to 9 people, including Nick, then we probably aren't doing a good job. If you've been on for 4 or 5 years doing what we do and nobody will show up, you most of the time don't even show up to your own shit. But if people don't show up to watch and you got 9-10 people in your stream, you got to ask yourself why. And if our channel was doing that and hadn't jumped exponentially in growth, we'd ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong? And that's what this company has to do. Well, we used to sell out buildings. We used to have a big buzz about us. Now you ask yourself, what happened? Why are people giving up? oh, it's just because they like to hate us. No, 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 no. It's on you to figure it out and provide.
Yeah, that's really the best way to put it, of rather than trying to figure out what's going on with us or whatever. It's like, no, well, they don't get it. They go with that whole gatekeeper mentality type shit of it's a them issue, not an us issue. Well, no, motherfucker, you're the one trying to sell me it. Like, I don't need to buy your shit either way. So your goal should be trying to sell me. That's the point blank period statement of this.
That's your job. And for all the people out there like, oh, this Rock Roman stuff, this Cody stuff, but it's selling. The metrics, the analytics, the social media
shows have straight out sold out.
Yeah. Packed buildings, and everybody in the building is losing their mind. And that's fun. That's wrestling. That's quality. That's growth. Even when you're already the biggest company, you're growing.
Absolutely. They're having to sit there and turn people away at the turnstiles here. That's and this is going from the company that, oh, it's the lowest Raw ratings of ever. Now, again, we're now just sold out. We're sending deals with Netflix. It's one of those. They are still, for everyone that want, like you said, they want to act like, well, it's the juggernaut, so they should be doing this. Yeah, but they still are trying to put a fucking chokehold on the jugular of this shit.
By the way, the Rampage match is still going, a triple threat tag team match. As Top Flight going for the pin. Is this to qualify for the tournament? Fact checkers out there, because I know we're not paying attention. Is this to get into the tag tournament? Is this a tag tournament match? What is up here?
Right. And Mana, you look like you're playing Assassin's Creed with that profile picture if you want to start talking shit. So this is going to just be between me and him. We can settle this offline.
Commander fired up, running the ropes with a drop kick into a chop. Good night, fellas. Good night, Larry.
Oh, Damon saying this is a qualifying match to get in the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Oh, Commander hung up on that top rope. Oh, we got a 2. The ref stopped counting, even though no one really broke it up.
Again, the refs in AEW, it's whose line is it anyway? Welcome to where the refs don't matter and the pinfalls are made up anyways.
Right. Oh, backside. Now, realistically, Commander and Keith should not win this match. You're up against 2 established tag teams, and Private Party just came back and said they were going to take over the tag team division. They have to win this.
Bro, who would you really, though? And I still cringe every time I start any statement with the term bro. But who would you have that would win the tag team tournament here? Who's your new AEW tag team champion?
It's going to be Super Kick Party for the tournament win.
Oh, is that more of a hot two-way of
Actually,
like, you couldn't even do it? You couldn't even do it to get heat? You had to sit there and wait for this?
Especially now that they've added Okada and they're the new elite, they're going to, yes, we'll do the job for Sting, but then we get the belts. And if it doesn't play like that, I'll say sorry, but I'd be shocked.
Yeah, I mean, we were shocked at Revolution, but it's... Give me a reason to not think that, I think, is really where we're at, of like, make it so where we don't think that it's nepotism.
Commander gets pinned and Top Flight has qualified for your tag title tournament here in AEW.
Are they still Top Flight, or are they more, again, failure to launch of there was so much potential, so much hope, and then they've just been, had a broken wing, had a broken landing gear here, and just can't fucking figure this shit out?
Again, the tag team division disappeared. I'm hoping this brings it back in a big way. They were supposed to be the company that had the best tag team division in the world. And they would if the Young Bucks had better self-esteem. and smaller egos.
No, I think that's the issue is they have something small and they need better self-esteem because of the thing that they have small. Whether you want to call it an ego, that's on you.
Right. But tomorrow night, Jericho versus Titan, the new elite in action. And that is Rampage. Woo! Tonight moved. Let's go.
Well, some things moved along like they should have. If we ain't got time for you, move along, move along. And other things, though, a little bit, we kind of wish they stayed a little bit and moved along at a faster clip.
Right? Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I mean that's the shows. That's all 3 shows, folks. We ran through them tonight. SmackDown I highly enjoyed. Rampage was Rampage. TNA, if you didn't get to watch it, I suggest going back and seeing more of it. I thought TNA was really good. Hammerstone, Alexander 2, the 6-man with Ali and the Grizzly Young Vets was insane. A lot. The women's match was pretty entertaining. New tag team champions Moose and EY was good. I am extremely happy for tonight. I thought overall we got a good night of wrestling. AEW 7 out of 10. All right, I'll take that.
I won't. I'm giving the 3 that was in there, but you can have that. Yeah, no, 100% of. We had new men's and women's tag team champions on TNA. Had great matches across the board. I feel like I need to go back and rewatch it. And then we ended, I think, really tonight culminated with the whole 4-person promo there of Seth steps up and accepts on behalf of both of them. And that's a controversy. And then we end it with Cody slaps the taste out of the Rock's face, and we cut to black there.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, again, I know fans want it all, want it now. How dare they not give us more? They're not going to give us more. They're going to save it. They're going to make you want it. They're going to make you pay for it. So I'm all for it. I think they delivered tonight. And anytime we can do a 3 hour plus stream and feel pretty fucking solid about it, I'm pretty content at the end of the night. So I enjoyed that one. It flew by.
Right.
But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to say goodnight, take a break, stretch your legs. But come back tomorrow for Collision. It's going to be a fun one. Who knows what other trouble we're going to get into. But yeah, it should be a good one. We're looking forward to Collision. Make sure you check out all of our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, X, wherever. Go find us on the Discord as well. Get yourself some swag. And until next time, thank you for being here on a Friday night.
Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about that wrestling, you got to put that 4 live with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Good night. Thank you. Happy Friday.